Morning, everyone. This is my third live stream. Yay. I feel like after doing this for a while, although I've done it very long, I kind of wish I had one of those mics that weren't like attached to my headset because I don't know why, but I have a trouble like hearing when like I don't like to have like my ears covered when I'm talking. And I'm like, I would kind of like to do that to get one of those like freestanding mics. But until then, this is gonna work just fine. Also feel like my mic quality could be a bit better, but I think I'm just getting really picky. But anyway, these were drawings from yesterday that we did. I'm just gonna delete them. And then we shall get some references and start warming up. Yeah, I'm here a little bit earlier this morning because I don't have to. It's like chat's working. That's good. I don't have to post on social media today. I usually do that Mondays, Wednesday, and Friday. So that usually takes another like 40 minutes to an hour of my time in the morning. So I'm really grateful that I don't have to. I've been getting a lot of really good responses though on I feel like I didn't expect this because I was never on TikTok until I created like my own account to start like posting stuff. And I guess like TikTok kind of has this vibe that it's just gonna be like a lot of brain rot and maybe not the most. I shouldn't say I didn't expect TikTok to be not welcoming. I just didn't expect them to be anything more than my other platforms like YouTube and Instagram. But people in there have been like really nice. And I'm like, this it's just, I don't know, it warms my heart. Like these people are like going on their way to comment. And I get like a lot of likes on their like ratio. Like if like 100 people view the video, well probably not 100, it's more like 500, then like I'll probably get around like 50 likes. And then the other platforms it's usually only like 3 or 4. So it's kind of crazy. Yeah, TikTok, I have to say I kind of like it. 'Cause I just feel like the communities I guess they're more used to like commenting on videos. Maybe there's less like lurkers there and the like age demographic is more into like interacting. I don't know. But yeah, I've been enjoying that. All right, I'm gonna do same as yesterday. I'm just gonna do some regular gesture drawing and then I'm gonna do some hold up. Okay, just making sure I change screen. My like stream is really delayed compared to I just have to drag it upwards. All right, we're good. We're cooking. I wanted to make sure you guys could see what I'm actually doing. Let's choose some references. I'll choose some with some harder poses and some easier ones. Should be good. All right, let's pick a couple more. So today I'm going to force myself to draw the turtle character. I can't say I've been avoiding it. Let's just say that. I'm, I've been avoiding it because I feel like I struggle enough just drawing it whenever it shows up in the book. And now that I have to try and make it fit like one of these poses, it's gonna be hard. So maybe I'll be kind to myself and choose a reference image that is gonna be easier to kind of replicate. So let me look for one. I'm digging through my Pinterest reference board. I have a lot, but none of them are speaking to me. Hmm. I always feel like I'm losing my voice in the morning, but I swear I'm fine. Let's do it's like a mage. This could be kind of fun. Let's pull out this one. Let me just make this a little bigger because I feel like it's a bit lower resolution. Stick these on top. There we go. I'm not starting with the turtle. Nope. No way. Let's choose a different brush. I feel like switching things up today. Sometimes switching to a different brush feels hmm, this could be interesting because it has like layers of opacity. Yeah, these are one of the brushes I made for the children's book. I wanted to have like my own custom brushes. All right, I think what we're gonna have to do like yesterday is one like this. Yesterday, what I did is I like drew one really quick of the pose and then I did it again. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Just kind of depends on the day I'm having. I feel like this week I've been really, I don't know, just having a hard time connecting my brain and my hands together. Okay, not terrible. Just gotta keep it loose. It's hard because I want to be like mindful while I'm doing it, but I also you don't want to be too mindful because she has a hat like the character in our book. Wait, what was I saying? Oh, I don't want to be too mindful because then I end up where I'm like I get timid and I don't want to draw lines and yeah. Oh, I switched my lasso. I hate when I switch my lasso to this version, but I do it sometimes when I want like really specific lines. I prefer like the free lasso tool. All right, not terrible. Let's try. Let me try this one over here. And then we're gonna go. Oh, that would have been way too big. We're seeing a lot of the top of her head. The shoulders are up like this. So we kind of have to use our imagination with this one a little bit. Like down like this. And like this. This leg is coming forward. This one coming behind. What? OBS disconnected. Guys, are we back? I don't know what happened. It's like OBS disconnected. I feel like it's working. Let me double check. That's so weird. Yeah, my computer told me OBS disconnected, but it seems like it's back. Kind of weird. I'm gonna have my sister Rose check it out. There's always some type of technical difficulty. Honestly, I was grateful this morning I got it to run and chat was working and I was able to somehow get it to work without like the yellow outline on my tablet. I don't know why it's working today. I'm just grateful it is. Shirt and this leg. Knee. I have a tendency of drawing, but I think it looks right proportionally for this person. Typically, I draw the legs a little too long. I have a tendency to do that, but she has pretty long legs, so it works. Some hair, eyebrows, just indications. That looks pretty good. All right, let's try that other pose again. Make sure, yep, OBS is still running. All right, here we go. Oops. Keep like fat fingering my hotkeys. I don't know what it is about this pose, but it's very intimidating. All right, the head angles like this. I think it's because I can't really see her neck too well. And I'm not 100% sure. It's a pretty steep angle. We gotta use our imagination a little bit. Like that. Alright, so this arm would be here. I think what I'm gonna do is just gonna draw. Sometimes when I'm really confused about like which part is like facing upwards and which part's facing downwards, I like to draw like these arcing lines across the body. And it just kind of helps like remind me what way I need to be going. Also really helpful is like we can see like the band here on her shorts is like arcing downwards, so we know that we're kind of like arcing down on that part. But then here we get it like arcing upwards, so it helps us figure out which level the perspective is at. I think I really struggle with drawing like people in perspective, and I've seen so many videos where it's like you just draw like imagine you're breaking it into like boxes. But I have tried like even if like I can draw like a box, right? Relatively, but then like you got to put a person in there. And so it's like how do you make that fit? It's easier when you're drawing. Now it just looks like it's like a Barbie in the like in a box, right? Oops, that's not my eraser. But so you gotta kind of like imagine like if the bottom of the box is their feet and the top is the top of their head and about halfway maybe is like their torso. So you gotta like fit in such a depending on how like pushed your perspective is. And then you gotta imagine, okay, well I probably won't see the feet as much. Yeah, it's that's a struggle, guys. I avoid it at all costs. And when I have to do it, I use a lot of references. I'll admit, but you're supposed to use references anyway. So I feel like for those really dramatic like poses, I know there's like those websites where you have like 3D like just like base poses. And I think it's called like Magic Poser, something like that. And those are really good if you want to like purposely set up a scene to draw that might be more difficult. And I feel like that has worked for me, which is helpful. Okay. All right, I'm gonna lock it in. Butch. I really like her sneakers. Low key want a pair of pink sneakers. I kind of like them because it's not like a hot pink. It's kind of just like an ashy. like that way, no matter like what you're wearing, you can get it to kind of like work with your outfit. Rose says it's still working fine. Yay! Thank you, Rose. Okay. Actually, I don't think we're doing terrible at foreshortening this. So the elbow is about here. Comes up to our shoulder. Then we get up into here. It kind of goes behind the skateboards. Skateboards. You know what it is? Oh no. I did the knee wrong. It's alright. I actually need to move this a fair amount. Yeah, always good to check your angles twice, which I did not do. I was just kind of going with the what felt right. Okay, a little bit better. We're gonna have to fix the foot, of course. Okay, so the foot kind of just comes like this, but we're a little more this angle. Just kind of slopes right into it. Okay, socks. All right, now we gotta get the skateboard in. It's kind of like an angle like this. And it comes down here and back up. Yeah, it seems about. I'm just gonna roughly put in the wheels. I'm not gonna worry too much about that. This is more about the pose. Oh, wait. Bro, I need to make this taller. All right, let's measure from her head. Actually, should end about here. And then this hand. All right. So I made mine a little different. Here's what we do. Here's what we do. For some reason I want this to be right. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I really want it to be. It needs to come over more because in the reference, the set of skate is closer to her knee. There we go. I got the angle of the hand right. We got our hand. There we go. Fingers and the thumb here. There we go. Give her a hat and her hair. I like how she has glasses. It's a nice touch. Okay, this hand. All right, we can do this. We can do this. Like this. Let's put in shirt. I kind of like this. I like this brush too. Okay. The question is, all right, let's measure. Let's measure. I think the elbow needs out more. There we go. Yeah, I have to extend the elbow out a bit more. I think I have the angle a bit higher than it needs to be, but we're gonna roll with it. It's gonna come back in here. Wow, that looks guys, this is a bit of a struggle this morning. It's all right. She's holding her glasses. Yeah, that's a hand for sure. Definitely. It's not terrible though. I think I did a lot better than yesterday after I readjusted this foot. Yeah. Not too shabby. All right, do we tackle? We got to do it. I have to face the music. We're going to draw the little turtle character. I'll take a screenshot for you guys. Let me pull up the character sheet and then I'll show you guys the turtle character sheet that I have. And you can see that it's not like a complete one. It was more like enough to get me through. So at some point I need to do like a full like turnaround one. but I haven't done that yet. But I will do it. Maybe that's something I could do on stream. All right, let's find it here. Okay, I love it because I drew the arms. It's giving like the Da Vinci sketches. And then I can also show you. I have them. Here we go. So here we've got it. This is the little turtle. His name's Mac. And you can see I did like a 3/4, and then I did like front on and kind of like with the arms, how like the length should be, kind of how that works. But yeah, I don't have one from like behind or like complete, like what they call it, like profile, like side profile. So, but we're gonna try. Let's try it with one of these poses down here. All right, I'll just stick it up here. Now, should I use the brushes I was using? Let's do it with this one. Why not? All right, let's choose. Wow, these are really low res. But you know what? They're good enough. They are good enough. Let's do. All right, I said I would be kind to myself. A magic pose. Maybe just the big one in the middle. Let's just do this one. Because I feel like, imagine the shell and the feet. I feel like I could see the turtle doing this. Yeah, I see it. Okay. Here we go. We're going to start with the head. And this little turtle is 3 heads tall. Well, actually a little bit over. Which I know I probably shouldn't have done exactly. Okay, 1 head, 2, 3. All right, it's about here, here. Okay. Let's zoom out a little bit. We got to make sure we can see our chart. All right, let me close that file. Oh, guys, I feel so afraid to do this. Let's just do it. All right, so we're gonna simplify this. This arm's kind of like that. It's not really going up that far. Probably because we're like at a downward angle. So the torso is kind of doing this. Hard part of the turtle is like the torso isn't gonna bend, like it's a hard shell. So I think I'm just gonna choose it's like this straight line in the middle. Like this. Okay. The head. It's over here. You know what? I'm not going to, let's not, for this one, guys, let's just keep it really loose because otherwise I'm not going to be able to do it and I'm probably going to freak out while trying to draw it because I can't get it right. So let's just loosely imagine. And then we'll try to do another pose properly. All right, we got the shell. And the arms are about there. I need to bring the neck down a little bit. Get this angle of the head. Some eyes in there. The nose. Mouth. Okay. Now we gotta do the arms. I think I brought the shell out just a little too much. Not bad. All right, so this arm's gonna go up. This one is behind in the picture, but due to the turtle shell, that's not possible. So we're just gonna, sorry guys, I keep leaning forward too far. I'm hunching over my screen. Yeah, we're gonna put this arm in here. And it'll be holding a staff. This one's doing something. Okay, so the arm goes from there to not quite down. I actually got the length right. That's good. Okay, actually, not terrible. Okay, so this finger, this one. Hers are kind of like downward more, but we're doing more like a front one. We're not doing like a look up. I'm gonna keep it simple for myself. Okay, so thumb here, fingers here, holding the staff. And then the hands get larger as it comes out. Let's erase the shell. Okay. I'm seeing it. All right, slow. Now we gotta put in the legs. I kind of made the legs look a little bit like a tree stump where they're like, they get a little bit wider at the bottom. I felt like that kind of helped give some stability, you know? Because I wanted this turtle to be dependable. Like rounded features, but also sturdy. Because the interesting with this character is it's one of Figgy's friends, and Figgy is an extrovert, so this character is also an extrovert. But I didn't want like extrovert characters to be associated with like just being like thin or athletic looking. And so I made like a turtle character also an extrovert and just like kind of designed the character like very like thicker arms and legs and definitely not like athletic looking, so to speak. And I thought it'd be a nice contrast because it really doesn't matter appearance wise. If you're an introvert, you're an introvert. If you're an extrovert, you are. And then, of course, it gets into the more. Oh, wait, I gotta focus on the legs. There's always the. Oh, that's the wrong button. There's like. So I feel like I'm introverted for sure. Like people drain my energy. But that said, there are times where like I am able to get energy from other people. It just depends on who I'm talking to. Like, I don't like small talk very much. That kind of thing like really drains my energy or when I feel like I can't like talk about I don't know, like anything of importance pretty much. So it's just like about the weather or oh, what'd you do last week? And like very like surface level stuff. I just don't yeah. I feel very like introverted where I'm just like let this conversation end. I want out of here. But if I'm talking to someone and we're talking about like our favorite movies or I don't know, like their hobbies or something, like literally anything other than like small talk, then I feel like I'm a bit more extroverted. So I'm like the mostly introvert and then so like 75% introvert, maybe more like 85. And then the rest is like a little percentage of extrovert. So yeah, that's kind of what we're hoping to like share in this book a little bit is how it's not so black and white where it's like introvert extrovert and it's a little of like there's more to it than that. Yeah, so that's kind of what we're hoping to do. All right, I gotta lock this in, guys. So this leg actually needs to start up higher. And it's kind of like an angle like this. Okay, she's wearing heels, so the foot looks a little weird. We're not gonna put the turtle in any shoes. They're not wearing any shoes. All right. Honestly, not too bad. It's not perfect by any means. Let's try another one. Let's try another one. It might be fun to do this pose because then we could draw the back of the turtle shell. I think let's do it. Let's do it. And then, what are we, 9:40? Okay. I should probably start working on the book soon. So we're just going to do this one and then get on to the book. All right, so head. Let's measure this out. 2, 3. All right, so we got to choose the angle. I would say it's something like that. And then the shell comes about here and there. All right, we're gonna keep it loose, and we have to imagine the hands start about in here. Also, I need to add the turtle shell has like a little lip on the edge, which I forgot to do on this one, but it's okay. We know it's there. We know we were supposed to do it. We just didn't. Okay. I'm seriously thinking about, though, everybody, is trying to do some watercolors on stream. I would really like to do that. So trying to figure out maybe maybe like Sunday I could do that. Yeah. Or I was also thinking I really want to do like I want to build my character drawing skills and just like overall like full character like rough designs, developing it, coloring it, finishing it, like everything. Like great lighting, great shading, great colors and textures and whatnot. Like I really want to do that because I feel like I want to add that to my portfolio. Like just an extra skill. Because I also feel like whenever I feel envious of another artist, it's like a signal of like that's something I'm interested in that I wish I could do. And that's something recently I really wish I was a lot better at. So yeah, that would be kind of something fun to do on stream. Maybe instead of doing as much of the children's book, because I don't really have a deadline, I could do like an hour, like warm up, do an hour of that, and then do the children's book, and then do the storyboarding. Yeah, I don't know. I think it would be. Oh my gosh, guys, the head. This isn't right. This is not right. It has to be like this angle. Okay, let's fix that. Cheeks here. Okay, that's better. Yeah, so I'm kind of thinking about that. We are, what are we, Thursday? Yeah, so maybe I could start doing that tomorrow. All right, arm is holding the staff. The elbow. Fingers. Oh, it's a tough one. I don't actually like this brush for doing this character. All right, so the elbow there. All right, let's get these feet in. So one's like out like this, and then one's more stable. Yeah, this turtle's a challenge for me. It's a good thing the book is not just about this turtle. Otherwise, I mean, I would be a lot better at drawing at it, this turtle, because I would have forced myself to. I would see like the bottom of the foot a little because it's like stepping forward. Oh, not too bad. All right, it's time to move on to drawing in the book, which yesterday we got a lot done. It was amazing. But there are still a lot more to do. There are, let me find the file. My gosh, where did I put that? Is it 25, 28? I think this is where we were at. Yeah. We have a lot more poses to do. Let's check. Oh, but this is the last of this page. Okay, good sign. I opened the file and I didn't cringe at what I did yesterday, which is really good, which means I don't have to fix a bunch of stuff. We can just jump right into doing the next pose, which I think we were working on Figgy right here. So that's always a really good thing. All right, save that. Man, guys, yesterday I was so tired. I mean, I'm tired today, but I feel like I have more energy than yesterday. Well, I like speed ran drinking my coffee this morning. And I didn't get to finish it all the way yesterday, so maybe that has something to do with it. I needed that extra caffeine. All right, where is that layer? It's a never-ending layer saga. Okay, Figgy. Ice cream cone. Oh, guys, let me fix my headset. I'm getting a haircut today because it is driving me crazy. It is so long. And I just feel like when I blow dry it, it's everywhere, especially in the back. Like I feel like it just fluffs everywhere. So I'm like, I need this trimmed or I'm literally gonna go insane. Okay, we got our brush. What size are we doing? We were doing like is it 25? Was it 20? I think it's 25. Yeah, I think that's what we were doing. Okay, here we go. I would love, love, love to have this finished and then be able to move on to the next page. We're so close. As much as I don't want to look back at the other illustrations I did, I know I need to. That may be a boring day, but it needs to be done. But I've been trying to be like consistent about working on it at least once a week. Otherwise, I feel like you start to develop like changes in your style. And I don't want them to look different. So really hoping to get the coloring going soon. We can build if we can build like a color palette. I kind of want to watch some videos on like keeping like I feel like I watched a couple, but I wanted to know more about how to like keep your like color palettes throughout the book really like cohesive so it feels the same. Like granted there will be some color variation on the pages, but mostly I want it to feel really cohesive. Like, it's the same book. Like I don't want it to be wildly different how I shaded things. So I'm gonna have to see how the professionals do it. I feel like the next book, like if I do another book, which I definitely will, I feel like so much is gonna be easier just because my workflow. You figure things out and you realize how you want to do things and how you don't. And also art style. It took me forever to figure out how I wanted to draw all these characters. Granted, every book could be a little different, but I really like doing almost like cartoony, like line art. A lot of children's books don't have line art, and if they do, it's more like kind of like ink, like pen and ink style. So it's a little different, but I think it's gonna work. I feel like the thing is there's no right or wrong. It's more like what will be. I think the true test is when like we have parents actually read it to their kids and like what the parents feel about the illustrations. I mean, my mother said definitely a not biased source that, you know, she liked the drawings for this book, so it must be good. How could she lie? I feel like if she's watching now, she would be like, in my case. But it'll be good to have like non-biased sources. I did send it to my one aunt to look at, so I'm hoping to get some feedback from her about what she thinks of the story and also like the illustrations, which would be good. And yeah, I'm still working on like I need to be more proactive about our social media account because, like, we need people to know about us. Otherwise, we'll publish the book and everyone will be like, who? So, yeah, we gotta get better at that. It's hard because I'm trying to keep up with so much other stuff, but it needs to be done. So it's just trying to like manage everything. I think I'll get better at it eventually. It usually starts out where like I start doing something new and it takes all my time. And then slowly you get faster at it and it doesn't take as much of your time. And then eventually it's like it just becomes like part of your routine and then you don't have to worry so much. I don't really like the top of the head here. Let's look at this straight. I wonder if I need to bring, what layer is that? This one. I think I'm gonna bring this a little closer over here. The beauty with these brushes is that they're pretty forgiving in terms of like erasing and redrawing. Okay, I think it's a little better. I'm gonna do something I didn't do before, and I'm gonna make the brush smaller. Hmm, I should have put that on a separate layer. Let me do that. That way I can move it around. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit faster with my social media on like my main stuff. It just feels like it's becoming a little bit easier. Like I have a process down, which is good. As long as I have everything like prepared drawing wise, then I'm usually pretty good at having things done on time and not having to rush. But yeah, if I have to add advertising for this book, I start to feel a bit crunched on time. But I just need to figure out like a format that feels like true to us and then also like something that's achievable, like something I can actually fit into my schedule. That's something I'm still working on. I did make one reel where I was just kind of like talking about the book, and I really did like that. I kind of like that format. And it's easy enough to kind of like record myself while I'm working on the book. I would also like to do, oh, I think I made this eye too big. Separate layer. I'd also like to do, why does this line feel so big? It's 25. All right, we're just gonna roll with it. What was I saying? I wanted to do, oh my gosh, those thoughts are gone. There's something with the book, something with social media. Oh, I want to do a reel that kind of talks about how does this, like, you have to short, like, fit it into, like, it's a short amount of time. Like, they say, like, optimal is like 30 seconds or less, even though you can do 3 minutes. I think I might just break the rule and just go full 3 minutes, but I would like to do a short where I talked about the like our logo for our like publishing name, Struggle Bus Books. I did like me and Sarah in a bus, and I'm like in the back with the paintbrush, and then as the bus drives along, like you can see the world goes from like a desert and dry to like green and like flourishing. So I kind of like to break down in a video like what it all means and the vision behind it and just kind of like the meaning. Thought that might be kind of fun, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. But it is on my to-do list. All right, we're gonna put the, let me layer these people's in. Ice cream. Yeah. We don't have to draw the bottom half. Yay! This is gonna save me more time. Yeah, the next, I'm gonna look ahead. I know I shouldn't. After this one, okay, the next page is actually gonna be cute. Because it's actually really simple. It's like just them sitting on the bench together as the sun sets behind the trees. It's more like it's a very like peaceful scene. And the one side of the book is just for text, and the one side is all just illustration. It kind of gives it a nice like closure to the moment type vibes. So I think I will be able to draw that one pretty fast. Actually, I was just thinking what I will do afterwards. And I think what I should do after I finish all the line work is I should do the like background elements because those will need outlines as well. And I haven't done those yet because I've kind of been avoiding it. And then I'll just keep them separate so that I can move them later because we haven't officially 1, 2, 3, 4 behind. We haven't officially finished all the text in the book. It's like the story's not going to change. It's more like just certain words may change the exact placement. And because it's built kind of like a comic, I want to make sure that the word placement kind of like also guides you through the book as well as the like illustrations. So, which is all still new to me, still trying to learn the best way to do that. But I kind of like as a pastime, like I feel like I hobby watch videos on how to do things. And one of the ones that like I'll hobby watch is like people doing comics and just kind of like well actually, you know why I know this is because it's very similar to storyboarding. Like when you're going from scene to scene, you want to direct the eye in the place where it will need to be for the next scene. And when you're doing a comic, it's really similar where when you're reading the page, you need the text and the illustrations to kind of like walk you through each page before you move to the next one. So it's yeah, something I'm very interested in. I'm not claiming to be good at it, but I do have an idea how it works. So once we get that text in, we can really start. Oh, we forgot the ice cream cone. We can really start like finalizing layer. We can really start finalizing like position, which would be really good. I would really love to have that locked in. Um, oh, that's good. I already drew the line for the cone. So I feel like it's a bit long. Let me adjust this part up here. I feel like it needs to be turned a little. Yeah, that feels better. All right, let's move on to the couch. There we go. I think I should make these. So that layer, this layer, this layer. It's right at 8%. Just drop it to 2. Okay. I should actually hold up, guys. I keep forgetting to do this. I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna flip the one we were doing. Make sure I didn't mess up. How we looking? I think it looks right. Let's put this. Cool. And we'll be moving this so placement doesn't matter too much. I'm glad this running one worked out yesterday. I really do like it. All right, let's do, we just drew Figgy, so I'm gonna do Figgy again because it's fresh in my mind. Let's just merge these. Shift key. Yeah, I still want to get a keycap for my shift because I don't like having to look over and I'm always hitting control or caps lock instead, but if I could feel that the key was different, then I wouldn't have to like look over. Yeah, it's the little things. But I haven't done it yet. Okay, wait, Figgy ice cream cone. What layer is this? It's not doing anything. I think it's safe to delete it. We might regret this later. Alright, let me save the file. The file is getting larger and larger. Okay, Figgy couch. Here we go. Should we go through? Yeah, I already hit caps lock. I just typed it in caps. Should we do though? Should I check these? Should I flip them as roughs before we go ahead and try and do it? Let's do it. Actually, I can just leave them where they are. Alright, so one thing I'm not liking is the angle of Sammy's head. Maybe I want it just more turned. Let's look at my other monitor. No. I like it tilted up better. I feel like that's giving a better. We just need to fix size. Let's move it over though. And I think up a little. Let's give this a little measuroo. Yeah, we'll have to fix where the eyes are looking, but so when I drew these roughs, I did them like color coordinated. Oh shoot. There we go. No, I'm just gonna do it in black. That way I can kind of see where I redrew. In terms of the arms, kind of what's jumping out at me right now is that I think this is too long. Let's put the popcorn closer. I think we need to make the hand. I think when I do these, I'll do them at 15 because these are pretty small drawings. Okay, so this would connect in here. I think we need to trim a little off the back here. Now, there is a bit more space between like the nose and the chin than I had done normally, but it's not that much and it is looking like Sammy's looking up, so I'm just gonna leave it. I feel like it feels right. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm gonna fix this foot though, because it did not feel right. Something like this. When I do like the rough drawings of their feet or Sammy's feet, it kind of just looks like a slice of pizza. There we go. I feel like the balance is all right. Oh, I got the popcorn. This hand, one thing I'm getting better at is that the hand needs to be, when you're like holding things, your hands almost like, see how my fingers are wrapping like down? And I had them up like this, which kind of felt unnatural. Usually it comes down a little. So that we're just gonna fix. What size? Yeah, my brush is a size 15 now, so I think that's how we'll do the final. the final line art. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's do Sammy now. Or not Sammy, Figgy. And I think first thing, let's fix this hat because I always have a little line. Oh my gosh, wrong layer, everyone. Which I don't need this layer anymore. That's the other one. Okay, Figgy. Also the feathers. Let's fix this up a little bit. Hold up. Okay. I just want it to look more like the reaching. I feel I'm trying not to bend the hands too much into like a hand shape. Part of me wants to add a thumb, but we're just gonna go with like 2, 3, back here. What did I have? Looks like Figgy's holding something, but I don't remember what I think it's supposed to be a remote, but it's awfully big. I don't know 100% what I was thinking then. That needs changed. We'll just make it smaller. So I kind of like the idea of the remote. Helps like reinforce that they're watching TV, especially since you can't see right now, but the TV sits like about here in one of my rough sketches, and you're only like seeing like the back of it because I didn't want the TV to be like the focus. This actually doesn't need too much correcting. Like the bill, middle. I keep saying bill. It's because I draw ducks like all the time. Like drawing the bills and the flippers. Like, no, this is a canary. They have a beak. Okay. All right, how do we feel about the legs here? Like where it connects in is a little wonky. This one feels all right. Like that. The tail is good. Actually, the tail's it's a little high. Let me check my character sheet. I think I had the tail end right at the neck. Also, I want to show this to you guys. So when I was coming up with like concepts for the characters, you're gonna find this really interesting. Like you can see how the characters look now, but this was one of my like very rough. Oh my gosh, I put it in. This was one of my very rough, like very, very beginning. This was probably like December or January last year. No, wait, that wouldn't be last year. It'd be the beginning of 2025. And this was when I was kind of like, I got a little ahead of myself. I was already thinking about like colors and characters and the world building. And we decided to go with like less backgrounds, like keeping it more focused on the characters. But you can see they have changed a lot. These were like these characters are way too mature looking. It did not work. But I did honestly like the concept of them older too. So, maybe we build into a larger story. I don't know. Yeah, and then let me show you this one as well. This is another one I drew when I was just kind of like feeling out how I wanted to draw the characters. I genuinely like these. Like these style characters would be kind of interesting to do like real life, like paper, watercolor, ink it, like ink, like what? Oh my gosh, what's it called? Like the pen with the nibs. I can't remember. But that type of style where the line work would be very like thin and loose, and like the colors would make up most of it, but it'd be like a light type of wash, so nothing too like stark or like digital looking. It would be very subdued. And I feel like this would be kind of a fun style to tell a story in. But yeah, so there's a little history. They have definitely, it's evolved a lot, but I'm really happy with how it ended up coming out. I really like the styles I have now. I feel like like the ages fit better and they just look more suited for a children's book. Okay, let's flip. Do we flip it yet or should we add? Should we fix the box that he's holding, which is supposed to be a remote? I think we need to fix that. But I might flip it because, see here we got the couch. Let's up this opacity. We gotta see how the arm is resting there. Because we don't want the remote floating through the couch. Alright, here we go. Flip it back. Those were the long layers. Okay, there we go. Actually, this looks good. This is cute. Oh, I see. I see how I had this. So we've got like Figgy's arm resting down here on the corner of the couch. And then I had the remote kind of like in their hand like this. And so I guess it's like long ways. I feel like what I'll do, we'll put the buttons on this side of the remote so we know. There we go. One thing that's kind of funny when we were doing this is there's like a scene where they're on the phone, like one friend's calling the other. And I drew like a phone, like an older phone. And like I'm not that old, but it just felt like right to draw. It's like a phone. They're like bigger and they have like the spiral cord. I don't know, there's a specific name for it. But like my grandmother has one, or she used to have one. And so I drew it like that. And then also I was drawing, there's a scene where they're like playing video games, I guess like Xbox or whatever. And I have a cable running from like the console to the controller. Cause like when I grew up, okay, to be fair, that was like GameCube days. It was GameCube wireless? I don't know, but there was something we played, and like in my memories, we always had cables. So and so I had Sarah showed it to her husband, and he's like, I don't think kids these days like they don't have cabled like console controllers. And I felt really old. I felt a little out of touch. And I was like, he's got a good point. I was like, this is why we have other people look at um like the rough versions of the illustrations first before we finalize it. It's good to have second opinions. Like I did not really think of that. But I decided to keep, so I got rid of the cable on the controllers, but I did keep the phone just because I really liked it. I really did. Like I like those kind of phones. Like it didn't like I'm not gonna put a smartphone in their hands. Like there's just not enough connection to that, you know? Like with this type of phone, it's like, like it's just it's giving like you would call your friend on it to like come over and visit. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm a bit of a boomer like that. Okay, how are we feeling about this? The remote is not straight. That's okay. I'm gonna fix that up. As far as the eyes go, I feel like position-wise, I like what I had going. I think I need to lower this peak a little bit. And I actually need to raise, so center is here. Let's lower the couch opacity and then give it a shot. I think that's the right layer. Oh, that's too much. I feel like when I draw the couch, I'm going to redraw its shape a little bit. Because right now it kind of looks like they're floating on top of it, and I want it to feel more like the couches being affected by their weight. Okay. So I was saying I was gonna do 15. It's usually what I do. All right, let's give this a shot. Yeah. But I was feeling a bit old and out of touch when I was doing those things. So I was like, I don't know, the old phones have like their charm. You know, it was like all you used it for was calling. And it was like everyone had a house phone. I don't know. Like I can't say like we used to have one. And like we honestly got rid of ours not too long ago in terms of like probably what other people did. Granted, our house phone was wireless. It didn't have the cable like my grandmother's did. But I don't know. There was like there's something about having just like a phone for only phone things. For now, it's like with our smartphones. I feel like I'm one of those losers who would buy like those old flip phones just to have it like all you could do is like call me on it and maybe like text, but I feel like I'm one of those people that would enjoy having one of those just for the vibes, I guess. I feel like if I got one though, I would be like I'd be like that blonde girl in the early 2000s who had like her like flip phone. It was just like pink and blinged out. And I would also get like, I know it's like popular. I don't know if it is still now, like in Japan, but in like in animes I'd watch, they'd have like the cute little like phone charms. I'd be decking that thing out. Let's just say that. But at this point, it's like that would be a lot of like there'd be an extra probably like phone. Oh my gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like phone bill or whatever. Like, I don't have the money for that. But if I ever won the lottery, there would be signs. So if you see me with my blinged out pink flip phone, you'll know. Because there will be signs. Alright, let's draw. Gotta get this line right. Today it's not. Yesterday, so last Wednesday, it worked fine, right? Like it wasn't crashing when I was rotating the canvas. And then yesterday, which was also Wednesday, right? Yeah. Yesterday was working also. No, it wasn't working. But today it's fine. Now it's letting me rotate and it's not crashing. I cannot figure it out. So I'm actually behind on a lot of updates for Photoshop because every time I update it, something's really broken. So I'm like really hesitant to update. But I'm kind of wondering like if this is broken, maybe I should just risk it. In like worst case scenario, I just download the old version again. So I don't know. I might do that. This weekend though, I have to write it on my to-do list. I need to download the newer version of Blender. I really want to do that. And I want to figure out how to use I got brush size correct. I want to figure out how to like use some of the clay pencil features, which I'm not 100% sure how that works because I thought that it was built in with the new update but from what I was researching, there's a guy who has like an add-on that makes it like work more seamlessly where you don't have to connect the nodes to the I don't know the words for it, but like the lines of the grease pencil. So essentially you're assigning a texture to the lines. So yeah, I have to figure that out. But if any of you guys know already how to do it, let me know because that would save me a lot of time. Rename the Slayer. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to do like my ducks if I can get it to work. I would love to do like little short animated stories with the ducks. Like it'd be kind of like giving like Shaun the Sheep, but really scuff. Yeah. Because I really like stop motion stories and stuff. Like I grew up on like Shaun the Sheep and like all the like Rankin and Bass like Christmas like animations and let's see what else. I also recently watched shoot, what's it called? Hold up. I'm gonna look it up for you guys because you guys need to watch this if you love um like Japanese like demon folklore, I guess. Was it Oni, God of Thunder? Yeah, Oni Thunder God's Tale. That's what it was. It's on Netflix. I highly recommend it. It is the most beautiful like stop motion see like TV. It's like a series. So it's not like a single movie. It is so so good. Really recommended. So yeah. Yeah, it really made me want to like I know I don't have the time for it, but I'm the kind of person who picks up a lot of hobbies. It really made me want to like start doing stop motion again because when I was younger, like me and my siblings, we had like a camcorder and we would do like stop motion stuff with like our Playmobil and like different toys. And it was always just like I don't know why, it was just felt really magical once you saw the frames all come together. Yeah. So I feel like my animatics almost remind me of stop motion because as you guys know, I'm not an animator, but I can like make, movement happen. So it's giving like stop motion. So if I could do that with my ducks with the clay pencil so it would look more 3D, like more finished. Yeah, I feel like I would be super happy. I mean, it would be a lot of work, but I feel like the possibilities would be really fun. And then I could also do some stories for let's draw this remote. Here's what I'm gonna do. I could do like some of the Reggie stories in the clay pencil. Yeah, let's do it like this. In there. Let me just do this. We'll indicate, but we're not gonna draw each button. Let's give it that last one. Yeah, so I would really like to figure that out. But then I'm like, how am I gonna have time to take on another thing like that? But you know what? If you really want to do it, you make it happen. Yeah, I feel like I gotta stop taking on projects, but it is not this day. This day, I'm picking up another project. All right, let's draw. Oops, that's not right. The body. I might do the legs on a separate layer. Let's just do. I kind of wonder if I should have made. Almost looks like it's a little too. We made Figgy a little too thick. Figgy's a bit more twiggy. Mm, I don't know. Hold up. Let's get rid of this. Perhaps I feel like I might have to move the remote. Let's hide that while we figure out what's happening here. Is that the right layer? Yes, it is. So the arm would come like this. Actually, probably more side of the body is probably more there. And there. It is so nice because I can check, like I can look up at my OBS screen on the other one and just having that different perspective. Because like right now I'm looking down on my drawings, but when I can like look up, it kind of helps you see what's going on in the drawing. That may be why I don't like it. So definitely some perks to streaming. How do you want the feathers to come in here? Maybe like that. Actually, let's do it like that. Kind of like that better. Okay, let's do a different layer. Let's put the remote maybe more at an angle. Or no. Let's do that. Guys, I'm so indecisive. I gotta speed up. I want to have these done. Yep, I like it. All right, new layer. We got a lot of layers going on. I'm getting lost. Okay, remote. Let's name that. Let's remote. There we go. Also, I want to start. I feel like I want to start drawing beavers as well. Because if I had to pick animals that like I just find really comical and like fun to watch, it's like ducks, beavers, and elephants. I feel like beavers would probably be the next step for me. I just like how serious they are. Okay. And they also remind me of like guinea pigs a little bit, which is they're also very comical. And I thought, well, why not make the children's book either about ducks or it could be with beavers. I don't know. I really shouldn't be thinking about the next book because I'm still working on this one, but that hasn't stopped me. And I feel like in terms of like story wise, like concepts that I would like to do, like because all of our books are going to be kind of like mental health related, I would really like to do one about anger. I feel like that kind of like is the next thing that I wish like when I was younger I had known more about. Like and granted, like it won't apply to everyone, but I always felt like when you got angry, it was like a really bad thing. Like you didn't ever want to be angry. Like, but that's not necessarily true. And like there are ways that like anger is like a signal to maybe like what you're actually feeling. And rather than like pushing down those feelings or like shaming yourself, like finding ways to be able to express your anger rather than like trying to like pen it up. Or like there are other people who are the opposite where they don't pen up their anger, they just blow up. But that's not healthy either. So it'd be interesting to try and tackle that topic. It would definitely be a challenge because you're trying to keep it simple enough for like children to understand as it's being read to them. But I kind of want it to be a little bit like Curious George in the sense that like when like children will enjoy our books, but also I want like the parent or even just any adult reading the book, like I feel like I want them to be able to pull something from it too. So, kind of thinking about doing that, but I have to run it past Sarah, see what she thinks. Be interesting to try and do that. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of topics that could be covered, but I feel like anger is one of the ones that I would like to do. Just because it's kind of like fresh in my mind, where it's like something that I'm like realizing that, like, oh, you know, I need to express more when I'm angry or frustrated, like in a healthy way, because, you know, it just ends up pent up and then you end up really unhappy. Hold up. This angle's not right. I feel like I'm trying to like have a deep conversation as well as figure out what I am doing wrong with these drawings. I shouldn't have tried to tackle these two things at once. All right, let me fix this and then I'll get back to what I was talking about because I feel like where I left off did make a whole lot of sense. Hold that thought, everybody. Yeah, I think what I was meaning more is like, if you're not like, if you don't feel like you're allowed to express your anger or frustration, or you don't know how to, you can end up like really resentful, and that is not a fun place to be. All right, so the foot is like hanging down. Let's see, I'm gonna do the middle, the side. How we looking? Okay. Yeah, so I needed to fix what I did is I had to fix the direction of the way Piggy was sitting. As you can see, the couch is on like an angle like this more. It was more like that. And so the way you like are sitting needs to be heading with those perspective lines. Here's the back of the couch. And it was more like this on that angle, and that was not right. I was like, hold up. I gotta fix that. Okay, so this foot, the middle here, the side here. But if I do like this clay pencil, if I can get it to work, those are gonna be more like, they're not gonna be mental health stories necessarily. They'll be more like, I don't know, just funny little story beat type things. They won't be too long. I'll keep them short. Just kind of like my cowplay animatic. Just something like funny like that. So I thought that would be that'd be kind of fun to do. All right, now we're gonna let me organize these layers. Let's do the beak. And then I'm gonna flip it, which is gonna be terrifying with this one. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I worked a little bit on after streaming yesterday. I have to work on, I'll do it again today. I have to work on my next collection, which is like floral themed, which is kind of new for me. Although, I mean, did like the forest collection, which wasn't really flowers. It was more like moss and mushrooms and wood and like, it's like stones and stuff. I guess more organic, but I am doing a floral themed one. So like branches will also be in it though. And it's like just like flowers and then as well as like stems and some leaves. And it's turning out pretty good. But I realized that like I posted my last pattern from the Coastal Array collection and I was like, shoot, I am nowhere near done with this next collection and we have got to wrap it up because I need to be having those posts ready. So yeah, so I'm working on like the intro because I do like an intro post that kind of like talks about the collection and what it's going to be. And then I think that was the right move. And then I'll do the posts afterwards. But I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out. I might be able to show you guys before we move on to the Reggie Origins. See, this is gonna be, but I'm also happy I have all the ducks done. I have like I only need to do 2 more line art on the silly duck drawings that I do for my shorts and reels and stuff. And so those, I have like those pretty much done, which is good because we're coming up. I'll post tomorrow, but I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I have 5 more ducks to post. And they're all Christmas themed, so, now that Christmas is like pretty much around the corner, I think what I'm gonna do is post. So Christmas is Thursday. Yeah, I have like one Santa one. I think I'm gonna post Santa on the day before, the 24th. So yeah, we are ready. I am ready for the season. But then what I have to do, I need to start thinking this week. Actually, this week's coming to an end. I'll come up with some concepts hopefully today, but tomorrow as well, and maybe on Sunday if I have some time to fit that in, I need to start thinking about next month's silly ducks. So what I've been deciding to do is like before the month starts, like I already have all the rough thumbnails and kind of like sketch ideas for what's going to come. That way I'm not like panicking each day, like what am I gonna draw? What's it gonna be? Okay, this is not the right layer, but I think we're gonna flip it. Yeah, so I've been trying to get those done. I think what I have to do, let's move it off the couch so I can see properly. I don't know, what do you think? All right, let's get all the head layers up here. This layer doesn't even exist. Wait, this one doesn't have anything either. I've got like empty layers. Okay, this one belongs up at the head. Yeah, so I have to start thinking about what next month I want to do. But I was thinking of doing like, that's the remote. I was thinking of doing like maybe like characters from movies, but like duck versions. Or like maybe like celebrities. Duck celebrities would be kind of funny as well. I could even do like characters from games, actually. That could be kind of fun. That could be, yeah, so those are the kind of ideas I'm thinking of. So if you guys have any like duck celebrities slash game characters slash uh, fictional movie characters that you would like to see made into a duck, let me know and I will add it to the list of ducks that I'm going to draw. I mean, like off the top of my head, I know I'm going to do at least one BTS member for sure. And then maybe I'm doing like game characters. Maybe like Link from Legend of Zelda. I feel like that's a good start. Who else could I do? I'm trying to think of characters I really like. So I did actually once. I did like a fan art. There was a game called Ratchet and Clank when we were younger that we played on the PlayStation, and I did a fan art for my brother for his birthday, and I could do like I just loved watching. Like I think I played him a little bit, but I mostly just watched my brother play the game and I just really enjoy those. So it'd be kind of fun to do like duck versions. I could do the one duck like because the little robot with him, I could do like a robot version of the duck and then, do like the version of him. I guess he's like a fox. But that would be kind of fun. So like Ratchet and Clank. And then trying to think what other celebrity would be kind of fun or character. Maybe like some like Studio Ghibli character. That would be kind of fun to do in a duck version. But then I'd have to decide. So I really love Howl's Moving Castle. It's probably like one of my favorites. So I could do like Sophie, but like duck version. I don't know. I feel like that would be pretty cute. I need to write these down. I need to write down these ideas before they slip from my head. Okay, let's do Sammy here. Sammy couch. Yeah, I moved Piggy's head up just a little bit because I felt like it was sunk down into the shoulders a little too much. All right, as far as seam is going, I feel like the rough illustration underneath is good enough for me to get going. I do kind of feel like I want to change the angle of the cheek here. I also feel like maybe I could do. I like Pirates of the Caribbean, but I'm not like a crazy fan, but I do like it, and it would be kind of fun to do like maybe like a Jack Sparrow duck. That would also be really funny. Oh, and then I have to do Lord of the Rings. One Lord of the Rings duck. Maybe Sam, because I love Sam. I think everyone else loves Sam. How could you not? I could do him. Or I could choose a character from like the new Lord of the Rings series, like on Amazon, which has honestly been pretty good. Like, I don't know what you guys think. Like, I'm a pretty like when I was like 14, oh my gosh, that's like over 10 years ago. Like I was the world's like biggest fan. And then like I still am. But I feel like I've gotten a little more chill where like I realize that when you adapt such like a large story into film, like some parts are gonna have to get cut and some parts might be a little too boring for people to watch. And they're also trying to like make the story like I guess like palatable for people who are like newbies to the story. So I realize where like some things I'm like, why'd they do that? But I realize that that's kind of what you have to do. But anyway, I really enjoyed the 2 seasons that are out so far. Okay, so much for Photoshop not giving me trouble with rotating. It has now started to. I kind of wonder if it's when Photoshop has been running longer than like an hour or so. It just like needs a refresh, but I'm not doing that. Yeah. Anyway, I have to do some Lord of the Rings. Some Lord of the Rings. Oh no. I drew over here. Lord of the Rings characters would be fun. I mean, I feel like Gandalf is a given because he's like iconic. I could definitely do Gandalf. But I could also do like I can do Bilbo. I don't know. Actually, it'd be kind of fun to do Aragorn. I might do him. I also really liked and I like Eowyn. I really like her, but I also like Faramir. Bro, I'm gonna have I just need to do a month long of Lord of the Rings ducks. I think that's what I have to do because it's pretty much oh, and I could do like a Gollum duck too. That would be hilarious. If you guys like Lord of the Rings and there's a character I haven't mentioned yet, let me know in chat and I will take a mental note to do that character. So I feel like that would be really fun to do some Lord of the Rings ones. All right, guys, I'm getting so distracted by my own ideas. All right, I gotta draw this hand. I gotta lock it in. Just try and keep this simple. I think what I'm gonna do is draw the popcorn bucket on another layer, just so I can get that placement right. I don't usually use the symmetry tool, but I'm doing it today, guys, because I need all the help I can get. There's nothing wrong with using a little bit of, oops, a little bit of help. Okay, so the bucket has a top, like that. How did I draw it? It goes down like this. Oh, this may be too wide. Well, I'm gonna use it as a guide. And the bottom, does it look a little too much like a trash can? It's okay. Let's see. Yeah, I actually don't hate it. Let's put it back up here, and I'm just gonna make it a little less trash can, like straighten the sides a little. There we go. Oh, you know what else I could do? Star Wars. I have to do Star Wars. Like the Mandalorian. Maybe some characters from Andor. Okay, so this line, what size we got? Do a 10. Like this. Stripe it down. Yeah, there's so many characters I could do, really. The possibilities are pretty endless. I think what else? I'd also like I feel like it's a bit more niche, but I love the Stormlight Archive like book series by Brandon Sanderson. And I've also been reading like Mistborn recently. It'd be kind of fun to do maybe like a Vin or Kelsier. Be kind of fun. I also really love Sazed. So yeah, if you haven't read those books, any of the Stormlight Archives or Mistborn, I highly recommend them. I'm pretty sure there's probably like a proper order to read them, but don't worry so much about that. Just like start and you're gonna get addicted to the world or worlds because this author is like an insane world builder. Yeah, I started reading them with my sister Rose. Like we listened to the audiobooks together because she introduced me to them. And then it just kind of took off from there. And I've been slowly like reading all the books and they are so good. Okay, so this is the bucket. Yeah. I would like to do okay, if I did a Stormlight Archive character, I would do Kaladin and Syl together. I feel like that was like you have to do that. It'll also be kind of funny to make like Shallan. I feel like I like Shallan, right? I don't dislike her, but her character is a little hard to like fully love. She's a bit of a mess in the book. Yeah, the books are so good. So good. Like crazy world building. Like I don't know how the author keeps all of his own lore straight. Like he must just have like probably like files of how everything works. And like each book has like I don't want to call it magic because he kind of gives like explanations for how things work in that world, like how these people have these abilities. So I guess it makes it feel more believable, but yeah, once you start reading them, you're just like, how does he keep this all straight? And I feel like I started to like last night I was listening to some is born and I was like, you start to feel like, oh my gosh, like what if I forget, you know, like parts that they're mentioning that sound important. But like honestly, don't stress over it because you know, you can only remember so much. Like just enjoy reading the book and you don't have to feel like you have to memorize, you know, all of the all the elementic metals that give you special abilities. Just just enjoy the process and enjoy the story. I think I'm a bit of like that's what I was when I read Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and The Silmarillion and it was like some other that book. I have it on my shelf. Can't see. Um like anything in Tolkien's like world. I was like, I need to like remember everything. And I did. It was like insane. But now like the memories are gone. I only remember like the big plot type things from like the Silmarillion, but I like low key studied those. Like oh wait, I did this hand wrong. I need to use a bigger brush. But yeah, now I'm got more chill, but I still catch myself where I'm like, I need to memorize like all the plot and you know, because I don't want to sound like an idiot when I'm talking about it later. Like I didn't even know what I was reading, but I don't have as much mental energy as I used to have, and therefore I've become way more chill, which is a great place to be because now I can just enjoy books and I don't feel like I have to, you know, study them. Because it's like it's a fantasy book. You're supposed to be reading it to enjoy anyway. Yeah. All right, how we looking? Not too bad. I like the popcorn bucket. I wonder if I made it too long. Let's shorten it up a little bit. Hide that layer so I can see properly. What do you think? I think that's good. I just have to fix the line work now. Select. I'll like hide the layer when I'm drawing and I'll forget I hit it and then I'll start drawing and because it has the selection still on it but I just can't see it, I like think my tablet broke. Yeah, those moments I really question. Like, Emma, why are you like this? Alright, popcorn. That layer. Alright, let's finish. I'm gonna make it separate, but let's finish the body. Brush size 15. I know, wait. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I like started going to draw on the face. Gotta lock it in. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Because I really want to get. We're almost 11. I really want to get to the next page. Because I want to show it to you guys. And kind of talk about. It's like one of the illustrations that I think I'm gonna do. Like once it's done, I want to like frame some of them, like as wall art, just because they are low key giving wall art, and they're really like special moments from the book. And I'm always looking to add something more to my collection. Then I also want to show you guys before we move on to the Reggie Origins is I want to show you the. Do you think this hand placement? Hmm. You know, I think I might. That's not the right layer. I might need to raise that up a little bit. Maybe something like that. Mm-hmm. Okay, now we're cooking. Yeah, I want to show you guys my collection I've been working on. I think you guys will probably enjoy seeing that. I feel like I have so many, I'm gonna call them side quests. I have so many side quests. I am an artist who wears many hats because I will be storyboarding, like animating this or animatic. I really don't like calling it animating, but I don't know what other word I'm going to use. I'm making storyboards move is what I'm doing. And then I'll be working on illustrating this book and then I'll be doing like ASMR drawings of like ducks and then I'm doing surface design. And I'm just like, what am I doing? People probably just don't even know like who am I? Like it's probably hard to keep track. Like, is this the same artist? It's like, yes. Yes, it is. And she has way too many interests. All right, let's do the face details. All right, we're gonna put the nose in here. Nose first. There we go. I might end up making some more brushes as we get into the coloring part of these illustrations. Because I feel like I have good line brushes, but I'm not 100% satisfied with the, like my color fill type brushes. I would like to make some more with like some more subtle textures. So we're going to work on that, which I could probably make on stream, which could be interesting. I think I was talking about doing that earlier this week. Or was it last week? I don't remember. But yeah, that would be kind of fun to do. I honestly, I could make brushes all day. Like, I wish that was an official job because it is a big rabbit hole. Like, you start, like, what I like to do is I take like black ink on paper, and I just kind of like I'll spill it, I'll use different brushes or like things I find around to make textures on the paper with the ink. And then you can take a picture of it, you put it into Photoshop, and you just kind of like you like up the contrast and make your whites really white and the blacks really black, so it's like just black and white, and then you can like select all the like the ink parts and create that into your like brush shape slash texture. I can show you guys how I did it at some point, but yeah, once you start doing it, you start thinking about all the different brushes you want to make, and then you get into the rabbit hole where there's like a ton of settings. So your brush can have like lower opacity, or you can change how like spaced out it places each brush stroke as you go. Because I have like, see, I didn't create this one, but this is like a dotted one. And so essentially what you have is this is the shape of the brush, and you have it only appear after like a certain amount of distance that's drawn, and then you can get a dotted effect. And I once made a chain link brush, which I think I lost. Oh no, I didn't. So I made this. You can make like a chain link brush. I mean, it's a little wonk, but yeah, it's possible. Pretty cool. And so yeah, that is a ginormous rabbit hole that I have definitely gotten lost in way too many times. But it is so much fun. And before you know it, you have like hundreds of brushes that you'll probably never use, and you'll end up just picking out one that you love. Which is what I've done. It's like I made a fair amount here, but I really only use like one or two of them. Yeah, it's a rabbit hole, but it's worth getting into because there's something really satisfying about having your own brushes. Because there's always going to be like, if you want highly like specific exactly, like you might be able to find a similar brush, but to be exact what you want, sometimes you got to do it yourself. And it's pretty simple with Photoshop, which I'm honestly surprised. It's not always the case, but I really do enjoy making them. Yeah, it seems good. All right, let's add the pupils and the mouth. Shoot, what did I just do? Watch Sammy. And then we're gonna flip it. I think I can draw that on this layer. No, I don't like that. Yeah, I think I was complaining about last Wednesday is that Photoshop doesn't have like an eraser, like make your own eraser function. At least in the version I've been using, and as far as I know. But what they have is there's like a mode setting. You guys can't see, but like see how it drops down, and there should be one that says, yeah, it's at the top. It says clear. And so when you set it to this, it works as an eraser. But so when you're drawing, like on my pen, I have like a button here. So I can do brush or eraser. And because it doesn't count it as an eraser, it's counting as a brush. It's just the mode is changed. So you can't switch in between eraser and brush. You just end up switching between brush or brush. So you have to keep going to up there. But a little thing I did to bypass that is you can save your mode in the brush preset. And so I just saved, like I made brushes into erasers, and then I saved them. So I know that these brushes will always erase. So that's a little like thing you can do, but I can't just hit like the erase button on my pen. I have to like go over, find the brush and click it. So call me lazy. I wish that was changed. Yeah. It's my little Photoshop rant. I'm like, I really should just switch to Krita. because it's free, and honestly, these are too low. Has a lot of really cool features. That does not look right. Oh shoot. Did I just crash Photoshop? Alright, we're gonna bring them up. Alright, let's flip it. Yeah. Photoshop, it's a hate-lover relationship. That's all I can say. But I've been using it so long that it's like switching now sounds. Where's the bottom half of the head? Oh my gosh. Hey, is this it? No, we're missing the eyes. Wait, eyes, nose. Okay, we got it. We got it. I just want to adjust that. Take a look on the other screen. I think we also need to add the glasses. That is not Sammy unless there are glasses. Sammy glasses. Oh, I keep doing this, guys. I'm creating a layer, but I forget to tap into the name change. And then the layers start freaking out. Okay, let's follow. Let's build this up. Bottom line here. I might have to change the eyebrows. I always do that. Let's just erase them out. Do the glasses. Alright, come on, I'm gonna lock it in. We've got 1 hour until I start working on the Reggie Origins story. And I really, 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 really want to have this page done at least. Ideally, it should be done soon. Oh, this is not right. I was like yesterday I was falling asleep, and now today I have like hyper energy. Like, you can't win. Can I just have like an in-between where like I'm able to focus, but I'm not falling asleep? Like, what is this? Oh my gosh, why Photoshop? Sometimes, so I love the little keypad I have for hotkeys, but it doesn't, like, it's almost like it gets, the key gets stuck down or something, because my, like, functions are always like Control Z, Control S, and it's like, it gets stuck on the control part, so it acts like I'm holding control, which turns on, like, the grab function here. And so it's not ideal because I'll just be trying to Control Z while I'm drawing, and then suddenly it's grabbing the drawing. All right, let's the bottom of it comes up round. I can draw a circle, I swear. This one's a little too. Let's rotate it and bring it in. How's that look on the other screen? I'm gonna raise this up. Yeah, I decided when I was figuring out the designs for Sammy not to have like the sides of the glasses. Because like if you do a side profile, it like blocks the eye, and you could do the old like anime trick where they just like erase out like the only draw, so they'll draw like this part and it'll stop like over the eye. It's like let's draw an anime eye on the side. Bear with me, guys. I haven't done this in a while. So say these are the glasses, and so this is where like it should the frame should cover the eye. They'll just yeah, have it like erased out and then it starts again. So I could have done that, but I thought it was distracting, so I decided to go completely sideless on the glasses, and it just has the frames on the front. But it works. Like it's not. I didn't want to distract anyone from. I'm just gonna erase this out. Let's add the eyebrows back in. I'm gonna do another floating one. All right, let's flip it. Put Sammy back on the couch. How's it look? Very good. I don't think I want to bring that. That seems right. All right, let's put them back. Put them back on the couch. All right, everybody. We did it. We finished this page. Yes. Okay, now we gotta merge these down, but then, yeah. We gotta move on to the next one. All right, we're gonna keep that and that separate, but not this file. This. Merge. So we got the body, pupils, and the. Like this one belongs to Figgy. Trying to stay organized. It's not easy. Then that's the body. All right, let's save this file, and I shall dig out the other one. So that was 28, 25 to 28. The next one will be 29 to 32. Boom. All right, so here is the following page. You know what? I'm going to spoil it for you guys. I'm going to show you the last pages. Oh shoot, where'd it go? There should be, wait, 35. Page right. This isn't right. I'm missing 2 pages. Oh, they're probably on this one. Yeah, they are. Okay. So after the one we just did, after these, which I'm just gonna quick grab a screen capture of so I can put it in my PureRef file. Let me stick that in there so I can keep it up for me to see exactly where we're at. Yeah, because the one we came before was this one. All right, we'll save that file. We can close it. So next, I'm already seeing some things I need to fix, but after that last page, we'll flip to this one, and so there'll be text over here, blah, 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 no spoilers for you guys. And then we have this lovely like sunset scene over here. We're gonna get like a golden sky going on. It's gonna be really pretty. I'm like, why wasn't that drawing? Yeah, sun, trees. It's gonna be, yeah, I'm gonna really like play up the lighting. It's gonna be really beautiful, hopefully. And then we have them like, so I have to add this to the ice cream cones, which I didn't yet, but part of like, as they're talking to each other, is one of them has like, I guess I kind of like imagine them as like Pocky sticks, you know, those like they're like half dipped in chocolate. They're really good. The one Piggy will have like the Pocky sticks in their ice cream cone, and then Sammy has like a cherry, and Sammy will give the cherry to Figgy because you know they don't really like it, which will be kind of like something that we're not telling the story directly, but the idea is like even though they didn't originally go to the ice cream truck together because they weren't like friends anymore, but then they end up meeting each other there by coincidence. Sammy still ordered with the cherry because Sammy always does, because Sammy usually gives it to Figgy. And then Figgy ordered with the Pocky sticks because Figgy normally shares with Sammy. So it's kind of like a cute way of being like, you know, they were like, oh, you know, we can't be friends or whatever because, you know, you're so much different than me and we don't like doing the same things. But And then like in these following scenes, they're kind of like, like what maybe we can figure out things that like we can do together. And so like visually, along with the text, it's kind of like showing that, they weren't that different. And all along, they really did want to be able to stay friends. They just weren't sure how to, spend time with each other. So yeah, I thought that was a cute little detail to add. So yeah, so then after this page, I wonder if I should spoil this for you guys, or should I keep you guys waiting until I finish this page? I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep it secret. Keep it secret, keep it safe. And then I'll show you, although you guys, you briefly saw the end page. Pretend you didn't see that, because I'll show it to you. Yeah, you didn't see this, guys. Because there's 2 pages that come after this one here, and then you get to the end page. So I'll keep that one. I'll keep that one secret. Yeah, so let's tackle this. I think straight off the bench is way too big. The bench was way smaller. So the question is, I'm going to make them bigger rather than shrinking the bench because I actually want them to take up a larger portion of the screen. Let's move them down. Let's see, I'm going to reference my previous image. Okay, I need to move Sammy. I'm going to shrink Sammy just a hair. And I had to fix Sammy's face. I'm gonna shrink Sammy just a little bit more. Actually, let's the head should be about there. So this should be about the right size. How's that look? Pretty good. We gotta fix some proportion issues. Let's do that now. Honestly, nothing too off here with Piggy. I'm just gonna raise. That's the wrong layer. How to stop using the wrong layers. I'm just gonna lower the opacity. Feels less intimidating now. Just do it in this green. I think what I might end up doing, that's 25, size 25. Yeah, I'm gonna do that brush size. So the one I did was 15. Since they're much larger, I think I'm gonna take this in a little bit closer, which means I need to adjust this. I just thought of another deck I could do, like if I'm doing game characters. I have been absolutely loving the last couple months. Especially, and when did I start playing? It's probably been close to a year, but I'm playing Infinity Nikki, and it would be kind of fun to do a Nikki deck. So that's another one I could do. And then I could do just like a little like sidekick cat thing. So I could do Momo as well. Like that would be kind of fun. Also, in like terms of doing maybe like celebrities. I mean, they're not like real people, but they're kind of celebrities. I could do some Muppet characters or maybe like from Sesame Street because I really love Cookie Monster. It's like my spirit monster. I feel like I most relate to Cookie Monster. That or like I feel like I relate to Oscar the Grouch. Not gonna lie. Except that I don't think I could live in a trash can because I I usually like to be a little bit more tidy. But there do be days where I'm a bit like Oscar the Grouch where I don't know, I don't want to see anyone and I just want to hide in a trash can. But I feel like there's more days than that where I just want to eat cookies. So I don't know. Cookie Monster, like I relate to more. Okay. You know, I was talking about earlier about doing, oh, I gotta measure this. Some reason Piggy looks way taller than they did in other ones, but when I measured, they're pretty much right. I think I'm gonna trust my gut and I'm gonna raise it up a little bit. Yeah, when I was talking about doing like character art, like learning how to get better at that. And there was like a fan art I would always love to do, and I would love to do one of like Curious George and the Man with the Yellow Hat. Like just like maybe like a cute, wholesome scene. I don't know. I kind of like an episode that sticks in my head was when George like bought, I forget how much, but he bought like by accident an insane amount of donuts. And their like apartment is just like there's donuts everywhere, like on the coat rack, they're like on the door. It's just like because George was trying to hide them before the Man with the Yellow Hat found out. And I'm like, how did he not know? And also like I'm sure George just used like his credit card or whatever. Wouldn't he have seen those charges come up? Like, oh, you just bought like I don't know, like $100,000 worth of donuts. Like, how did he not? I maybe he's like that rich and he's just used to George accidentally buying stuff, so he didn't think twice. But I feel like yeah, I look up to the Man with the Yellow Hat because he's really patient. Like, I aspire to have that much patience. Yeah, so like maybe do a fan art with the donuts involved somehow. I think that would be kind of fun. Okay. I think this wing is way too long. We're gonna have to fix that. I think that was part of the issue when I was drawing it originally. Just move Sammy a little closer. Hopefully he doesn't have to reach so far. Yeah, Curious George, like it doesn't matter how old I get. I will sit and watch a Curious George episode if it's on. You know? Like they were classics. So good. And I feel like if it's entertaining, like even as an adult, you know they did it right. Like you know it's actually good. Yeah, in terms of like shows we watched when we were kids, although Curious George was more something that like my younger sister watched and like we watched along with her as we were older. But I feel like if I have to say like a kid show that I think back most fondly on, it's definitely Curious George. Like really just so good. Like George is hilarious. And just like all the characters, especially when he moves like when he visits their like country home or whatever. That's always fun with like the Rinkins and all the animals. Definitely some good. Okay, hold up. Look, this looks like Biggie's floating. I do not like this. I think I need to fix this one leg. So I have, let's adjust this a little bit, guys. Because it's gotta look like they're sitting. I think I have to, so I wanted them at an angle, but I think we need to have the leg facing forward. A little bit. So the knees here, this side. I feel like this gave me trouble when I drew it the first time. And here I am having trouble with it again. Well, well, well. It's my old friend. Broken perspective. Hmm. Alright. I think what I need to do, let me just erase this. Is imagine the body sitting like this. I think I need to raise them up a little. This is what I found out It's like if it's not working, sometimes just restart because you could end up sitting forever trying to correct a drawing that's just broken from the start. So the center line is relatively there. And this leg, so it's flat like this. The leg like this. Should have attached into the body more like this. I don't like it when I didn't finish the line all the way. All right. I went to pull this foot up. That's not the lasso tool. I think I made the legs a little too long too, which is okay because that's super easy to adjust. Let's put this like this. Okay, I have to also think of like a Curious George moment that I frequently think of when I'm thinking of how like patient Maybe the Yellow Hat is like the scene where George makes like a car wash at home. Also, before that, they go to like a car wash, right? And George opens the window while they're in the car wash. So water comes into the car and then ends up like getting in the man with the yellow hat's ear or something like that. So he's like water stuck in his ear the whole episode. The car probably got like drenched inside. He doesn't care. He's just like, George, shut the window. Um, yeah, so they're very patient. I would have not probably have been as nice. And then like once he gets home, George is like, "Oh, I'm gonna build a car wash for my toy cars." And so he takes the man with the yellow hat's like hat and slippers or whatever. And so my dude still has water in his ear. And George is like, "Oh, come out and look at my car wash." And he's like, "Oh, my hat and slippers too." Like you used it. And he's like happy about it. Like they're soaking wet now because he's used them as like the roller things to wash his cars. And then he leans down to like look at it and it helps get like the water out of his ears. And he's like, "Oh, George, when I lean down to look at your car wash, I'm just like, how are you this patient?" I'd be like, "That is my hat and slippers. Why are you using these?" Like, yeah, there's like next level patience. Lots of respect. I'm like, that, and then they always cut to like, so I don't know if they still stream it, but when we watched it, it was on like PBS Kids or something. But it would have like middle sections in the show where it'd be like, George is a monkey, so he can do things you can't do. And I always think George is a monkey, so he can do things that you would never get away with. I'm like, that's how you should be wording this. Like, no, I'm not dissing George. I love George. But like, I mean, some of the things he did, like he flooded the whole house just to get the stain out of the carpet. And then he like stole or I guess borrowed the Rinkin's like water pump. And I'm like, can you imagine the water damage when you flood your whole house? And it's like he just pumps the water out and it's like, oh, the house is clean. I'm like, that is not how it works. It's not. So yeah, there's some really good George episodes that are just they live rent free in my head very frequently. They're so good. They're hilarious. Honestly, feel like watching it now. All right, I feel like. What do you guys think? Does this look better? A little bit better. Maybe what I do is I flip it. Let's flip it. Actually, let's fix the tail. Mostly I'm just drawing over the lines I had, just because I wanted to get an idea of how it'll look when it's thickened up. I think I'm happy with the beak. Yeah. Yeah, but if you guys haven't watched Curious George, it's never too late. And it doesn't matter if you're an adult. Just watch it because it is so good. I think I need to turn this a little bit. I think, you know, maybe I need to rotate this whole section. Yeah, I feel like I'm now in the rabbit hole of like old kid show nostalgia. Also like the show, like it definitely isn't up there with Curious George by any means. Like not many shows are. But we used to watch there's like 321 Penguins. There was a show with it's like this kid had a goldfish and they had a book that they would go into and like a song with it. I'm trying not to sing while on stream. Yeah, so there was that one. And then what was the other one? There's a lot of ones actually. There was like one where there was like this bird and he had like a propeller hat and I think there was a robot and they would like travel back in time, I think. There's that one. That Curious George. Yeah, what else did we watch? Arthur. We'd watch Arthur. Um, yeah, like there's a lot. I think we'd watch some of like what's it called? It's like the penguin and it's like made out of clay. Pengu? Pengu? I don't know. I can't remember. But we would watch that. And then yeah, when our so we had like our younger cousins were a fair amount like younger than us, but not too much younger. Like the one was only like a year younger than my youngest sister, and they would watch like Bob the Builder. Oh my gosh. Um oh my gosh, what's it called? Caillou. And then like Sid the Science Kid. And bro, like as older, like I guess I was probably I don't know, I was probably like 7 when they were watching those, like 7, 8, and then like my other 3 other siblings were older than me. Like, man, we did not like those shows. They were bad. Like I I don't know. They okay, I can't say they were bad because my cousins really liked them, but we did not like them. I think it was the wrong age demographic. But when I think of Curious George, like my little sister would watch them like 4 or 5, and then, like the oldest of us would have probably been like 12. Like we all enjoyed them. So I'm a little bit biased. Like it was pretty good. Honestly, just pretty good. It's a pretty good series if all those age groups are enjoying it. And I feel like even my mom like didn't like she didn't mind having it on. Like it wasn't annoying to her, you know? So I don't know. I'm a very biased, Curious George fan. I can't help it. Okay, so we got some issues here on the head for Sammy. What are we? What, almost 11:30? It's not bad. I feel like this I wanted them looking down, but on second thought, I don't really like the angle we got going here. I don't know. Um, yeah, I think what I'm gonna do, okay, here's what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna lower the opacity. I'm gonna create a new layer. I'm going to put another layer, and I'm going to put a little layer over top. Oh shoot, that was the wrong layer. Don't do this at home, guys. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna put that in between as I redraw. Do 25, this like purple color. I'm just gonna redraw this head. That's a 30 size brush. Yeah, it's just not sitting right. I think I can do better. I can do much better. Or at least I'm hoping. We shall see. Maybe I need to do like, although Curious George is already an animal. Maybe I just do like the man with the yellow hat, silly duck version. That'd be kind of, I don't know, that'd be kind of fun. Okay, so they're looking down about there. Mouth here, the nose. Yeah, so far I gotta do a Lord of the Rings duck at least. Probably do a Star Wars duck. I will do probably a game duck. Either Nikki from Infinity Nikki, or I'm gonna do maybe Link from Legend of Zelda. Oh, I should do like OG GameCube Animal Crossing's character, you know, with like the pointy hair and like the horns. That would low key be that could be that could be a thing. That'd be kind of funny. Okay, let's see here. So the head turned down like this. Something just let's measure. It's right. So I think it's the center lines throwing me. And the other one, I think I needed to have it more turned towards the right. Give a look at my other monitor. I think what's throwing me, how did I handle this on the other poses? Let me look up here. Um, I think there's too much. Too much of the cheek is sticking out. That's what it is. Okay, let's imagine these are the eyes. Let's visualize here. There we go. I just thought of another duck I could do. So I was thinking like things we watched when we were young. I would really like to do a MacGyver duck. So we're like, I mean, we're a little bit older when our mom showed us MacGyver, but classic. Those were some good stuff. It's kind of fun because like he would like show you what he was building and stuff. I feel like I've watched just because like my parents had it on the TV, but like there's a new MacGyver, and granted, I probably haven't given the show enough like of a try, but it's like the original MacGyver is like still so good to me that I'm like, why try to make a new one? I don't know. It just kind of didn't feel right. If they did, I kind of wish what they had done is maybe it'd be like, so I'm pretty sure no spoiler. I mean, spoilers. So don't listen if you haven't watched MacGyver. I'm pretty sure like in the last episodes, they have like his son show up. It's like, surprise, you have a son. So like they've done this before in tons of shows. Why don't they do like, oh, this is MacGyver's son? And then even better yet, like why don't we do like you know in one of the Indiana Jones they had it was like Indiana Jones of course and then it was like his father. So what if we had like a series where it's like MacGyver and his son like doing stuff together? Like that could be kind of funny. I'm pretty sure the actor's still alive, right? Hold up. Guys, we gotta Google this. What was his name? Picture in animation alive? Yo, I remembered. Yes, he is still alive. He's 75. Yeah, he could still play in a TV show. That would be kind of... Wow, he does not look like he did. I didn't recognize him without his like 80s hair. Yeah, but that would be really good. It's like do him and then his son. And then, you know, it's not too crazy of an idea, so I'm sure the investors would go for it. And then yeah. So maybe like them working still for like the Phoenix Foundation or whatever. Yeah. I don't know if Pete's still alive. Cause I always like Pete. There we go. Also, I feel like the head needs. Oh yeah, that's what it needed. Also, I don't really like the balance we got going on here. I think I may. I was really hoping this drawing wouldn't take so long, but here we are. Let's adjust this. This arm. The problem is, I think I made the hands too long. Like I want Sammy to be holding the cone out, but Sammy's little arms aren't making the distance. Okay, I have an idea. Let's, alright, we're gonna have this arm. Let's redraw the ice cream cone. So we need the cone to be there. So the body's like this. Let's see, they cut the shoulder tighter. And we go. Just somehow. Okay, OBS is still running fun. Fine. Maybe this hand doesn't have to be holding the cone. Maybe the other one's just enough. Let's draw it and see what we think. And here, this. I also think I made it too wide. But yeah, I should do a MacGyver duck with like the big aviator sunglasses. Oh, and there's like I think it's like so in the intro, it's like him with the glasses or whatever, and then there's like some explosion going on behind him. I could draw that. Be like a kind of like a cover of the like the intro thing. And I got the theme song stuck in my head. Do 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 do. Yeah, if you haven't watched MacGyver, also, I'm just recommending a lot of shows today. Um, it's old. It's not that old. It's not like an old movie, but or a TV show. I recommend it. It's really good. I think I rewatched it when I was like, so my younger sister was really into it when she was like 10 or 11, so I was probably like 15, 14, 15. Yeah, so I've rewatched them by like 10 years ago. Wow. Actually, it's been a while. Surprise! It's already been a decade. Yeah, but it's really good. I enjoy MacGyver. Let's see. Also, I love like I think it goes from the 80s to the 90s. I want to say it's kind of like the time period it was filmed in, and I like all the like the outfits and stuff. I feel like I wouldn't have the 80s like clothing and stuff wouldn't have suited me, but that doesn't mean I don't appreciate it. Which I feel like it's something that's changed with me. Before I used to be like, ugh, like I would never wear that. But now I'm kind of like clothing is like it's kind of like art. Like just because like you wouldn't maybe hang it in your home or like I wouldn't personally wear it doesn't mean I can't appreciate it. And I have to say there's a lot of like fashion from the 80s where I'm like that made a statement. It was crazy. I appreciate it. But maybe not for me, but like I enjoy I enjoy seeing it. Yeah. It's kind of interesting how that's changed. I guess I'm just I don't know, I'm getting more open-minded. It's because it's like it's clothing, you know? Like so what's a little wild? Life is short. Wear bright colors and I don't know, perm your hair. Like why not? That's probably why I like end up like I cut my hair really short like 2 years ago and I had it really long. Like it was pretty long. Um, but I was just like I'm just gonna do it. I'm like it'll grow back. Like I'm really like fortunate. I have all this hair, so like I want to enjoy what I have and do something with it. Like why just have, you know, boring hair when like if you like your hair like just normal, like however you have it. Like, I think that's totally fine, but if like me, I would be like watching TV shows or I'd be on Pinterest and I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, like I wish I could try having my hair like that." And it's like I mean, there's always like, "Oh my gosh, am I gonna look terrible?" You know, am I just gonna wanna, like, wear a hat and cry all alone in my room until it grows out? Yeah, there's definitely those feelings, but and that's how I felt 2 weeks after I cut it for, like, 2 weeks straight. I was like, "What did I do? What have I done? My beautiful long hair is gone." But then it's really grown on me, and honestly, I was toying with growing it out again, but as it started to get longer, I was just like, "I'm gonna go at least another year with short hair." Like, it's so much easier. And honestly, like I feel like I can wear either or, so there's really no reason for me to switch back yet. And I'm saving a lot on like shampoo and conditioner, and that's a win. So I'm just gonna keep it short. Yeah, and I'm lucky enough that my mom can cut my hair, so that's also a big win because I save on that. Because I don't know how people who have like short hair, like you'd have to have it like if you want to keep it short, like you'd have to trim it probably like almost once a month. That adds up. Yeah. So as long as I'm close enough to my mother to get free haircuts, which they're not entirely free. I trade them when she leaves. I take care of her animals. So it's a trade deal. Yeah. It's kind of nice that I can just have like a haircut whenever I need one. I don't know, guys. Let's flip it. We gotta flip it. Something doesn't feel right. We're looking at 11:40. My gosh, time is flying. We need to turn. Okay, that feels better. I think the body needs rotated. Let's use lasso tool. A little like this. I don't know why, but the head is really throwing me off. Maybe we should just call it early. Like maybe I just need to take a break from this. Move to the origin boards. Or I could show you guys quick what I've been working on with the floral collection that I'm working on. That way we have some time. You think I just made it too tall? No. It's like, I still think the body needs to move this way, actually. Yeah, I think I'm gonna guys, I'm gonna leave us hanging on this one. Put the eyes in here. Maybe quick draw the glasses. It can help me see what's going on. Glasses here. I don't know. Hmm. Okay. That's tomorrow's problem. That is tomorrow's problem for sure. And tomorrow me will deal with this for sure. Actually, it's not that bad. Guys, I can't make up my mind. I think what needs to happen is it needs to move like that. We need to move it back here. Perfect. Yeah, this scene's gonna be cute once we get that figured out. Let's show you guys what I've been working on. Right, save changes here. Let me find my file. I've got everything. Got the 3 that I've been working on in PureF. So the collection name is Floral Medley. Medley? Is that how you pronounce it? Um, and loading. Loading. I have my illustrations. So I'm still deciding on the ones I want to keep and which ones I don't. Let me pull this down into here. You guys can see. Make sure you can see this properly. So here's the ones I've been working on. These are the ones that I'm keeping for sure. And so there's 3 palettes. The red one's called Blush, the purple one's called Lilac, and the green and brown and orangey one is Earth. And so these are my 3 like color palettes. I feel like it's giving like maximalism for sure. It's very different. And if you look in, it's gonna get a little pixelated. I'm using my splatter brush to add texture into the illustrations, but they're really like simple. I used just like the basic Photoshop brushes to have just like some taper on the end. And so I just wanted to keep it almost like a little bit vector art, but I tried using like Illustrator to do it and it just did not look natural. This is probably my favorite of the patterns, which I really love in purple. Like absolutely love it. But I really like this version too. And so I'm trying to decide like keeper wise. Here's some like rough ones I made. I'm for sure doing this one. I really like the stripe. This one I think it's really cute. And then I'm going to keep, so I was working on this one yesterday. This one I like. And then also this one I'm going to keep. I need to like rearrange these flowers, but these were just rough ideas. And then I think I will keep, this one's just leaves. I really liked how it looked in this palette. And I'm thinking I'm going to keep that one too. Yeah, so we're working on it. And then possibly this one, because it's like a nice, like almost like a polka dot pattern. So that would leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a good number. That's a good, yeah, that'd be 8. So that would be kind of nice. But I have those. And yeah, just working on them a little bit. Just trying to clean them up. I kind of like how the textures are turning out. So I'm pretty happy with that. Right, save that file. We are going to move on to the Reggie Origins Stories, which also has a Pura file. Let me pull that up quick. Gotta get my files in order. And Blender. Gotta get Blender running. Where is the file? All right, we got Blender up. Oh, yes, that's right. It's where we were. Where were we? The pits of despair. Oh, I closed Blender. My bad. Let me open that back up. Oh, man. I'm trying to remember where we left off yesterday. Like, I mean, here, obviously. What was next? See if my hotkeys are working today. They worked yesterday. Yay, they're working. Oh, okay, that's right. Over the shoulder. I think is it Greg? No, it's Brian. Brian gets ripped away from Reggie. No, oh my gosh, these are gonna be so cute. Okay. Lock it in, Emma. We're looking for a file. Reggie Origin Stories. Pura file. Yeah, it's Brian. Brian, no feathers. Greg has many feathers. I wrote that yesterday. Alright, let's do this thing. Let's make lower the opacity on that. So our background. These are my original rough sketches. Okay, guys, I need to go refill my water bottle. But I think what I can do, single playback. I think I can leave this run for you guys. I think it's gonna run through. Let's see what happens when it gets to the end. Gotta play it back. I might need a second cup of coffee. Alright, we're coming to the end. The hand reaches in. No, Reggie. Yep, it's just gonna replay. Cool. Okay, guys, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab some water. Okay, I'm back. You guys have probably watched this like 20 times now. But I had to get some water because the air is so dry. Gotta stay hydrated. Alright. I'm just gonna let this run through a little bit more actually so I can watch it for myself. See how I feel about it. Comes up the ladder. And scatter. No, that's right. I added that extra frame yesterday. But now I need to. Is the timing right? Maybe. Let's separate this just a little bit. Do I got all the layers? I do. Let's have him. Although I said I wasn't going to worry about timing too much, but it just doesn't feel quite how I wanted it. Let's separate. Just down. Something like that. All right, let's go back and do single playback. See how it looks. Better. All right, cool. All right, next scene. We'll fix that later. Well, I think what I gotta do, I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna go through, reshape this a little bit because these are really, really rough. And it's not giving. I want to mark out the exact lines where I need the face to be. Something more like this. Oh, not like that. This line here. Like that. Yeah, I just need to build this form up a little bit so I can kind of understand what's going on. I think I made Reggie a little too. So it'd be down like that. Sometimes, this is what I like about Blender is my canvas, like, it can be really as big as you want. And so it's kind of nice to be able to draw some extra lines down here to help you figure out form a little bit more. So what we got going on here with the head? I think what I wanted it to happen is that it would look like they were looking up more. Because Reggie, like, Brian is getting pulled away. And I wanted Reggie looking up more, but it ended up just being weird. So here. I think we need to add the background. Something right here. The head's too big. Maybe not that small. Maybe not quite. We're gonna figure this out as we go. I gotta figure out what exactly. Like, each frame should have a purpose. Like, what is this one telling us? Is it. I don't think it's telling. I think we need to have. We need to pull this penguin away more. Like, because it goes from like here, there, separated. Pull. This is still pull, but like end of fingertips, maybe. Or flipper tips? No, it's getting pulled away. Yeah, that feels better. feels better. I think I'm gonna do here. So a bit like this. Reggie looks weird without their beak. Honestly, this doesn't look worried enough though. Uh, nope, I don't like what I did. Yeah, the bill needs to be up there. That's my point eraser. Okay. You know what it is? It's the eye direction. It's not right. Where's my stroke? Here it is. It needs to be more like this. So maybe down a little. Let's just erase it. Brian, no. Actually, like, okay, the eyes. We need to make Brian looking down. And no. And then we'll get what kind of separates from the side, which makes it look smaller. No, Brian. Brian gets ripped away. We'll work with it. It's the body that's throwing me. Let's rearrange this a little bit because they're actually supposed to be leaning forward a little already. More, I would be like this. Feet down here. Okay, I see what's happening. Maybe this, make the hand a little smaller. Getting ripped away. No, Brian. Reggie's losing all his buddies. Feet. Yeah, these are very, these are very rough. I think what I just wanted here was more important to me that I get the beginning how I want it. I'm not sure what this frame is doing for Reggie, really. Not 100% satisfied with that one. So let's mm, let's just get started with this first one. Lower this opacity. Maybe Reggie layer. And how do we want to do brushstroke wise? That feels too thick. What do we got going the other one? No, I kind of want it to be thicker. Let's do thicker. No. And the cheeks. Which I'm gonna make a little bit smaller. There we go. Rest the body in here. Feathers. Reaching upward. Like this. Body. Yeah, I should have it probably more like that. I think I'm not 100%. Yeah, because they're holding on. This flipper would be in between two, and then this one would overlap on that side of Reggie's hand. So let's draw this. Because we do zoom out a bit, which means we're going to want that to be correctly proportioned. We're going to draw. Oh, I made this mistake yesterday. I'm going to draw on the little face markings. And then the eyes. I have to turn off stabilization. Add the eyebrows. No, Brian. Okay. I just love how the names I gave them are not that exciting, but I feel like it adds to the charm of the story. I mean, it's supposed to be lighthearted. It's not supposed to be. I mean, it's sad and all, but it's not gonna. It's not gonna give kids nightmares. All right. So the head's about like this angle here. Gonna turn more. Yeah. And we're gonna up the angle a little. So the bill is there, or the beak. Oh, that's a. All right, you know what? I'm a loser, and I'm gonna use stroke stabilization again. Oh shoot, what did I do? I just broke. Blender, I did not. I just touched something that I shouldn't have. Alright, I kind of like that. Let's see how this looks. Get rid of that center. No. Okay, so this is here. Emma, you should really learn how to properly animate. Okay. I'm just gonna move this like this. Rotate it a little. And maybe I need to remember I have the sculpt tool I can use as well. Which I could probably use. Alright, it's almost like as it gets pulled away, we kind of get like this little, oops. Bro. Okay, see I had. Oh my gosh, guys. We're struggling. It's alright. It's part of the process. If you're not struggling, you're not doing it right. That's what I'm gonna tell myself. Eyes here. And then I added this little teardrop. Yeah, I should add. Yeah, okay. Now we're cooking. No. Let's draw the body in. I'm gonna turn this back on. Maybe I have this arm come up closer. So it looks more like Reggie's getting pulled away. Yeah. give it a try. Stretching. Getting pulled away. See, I know a little about animation. I can do this. It's good enough, right? Alright, let's add this next frame. This I want to redraw. So I think what I need to do, I might change the background a little bit. It's not really giving the movement I was kind of hoping for. But for now it's working. It's a placement holder. Okay, maybe I don't want, do I want the head tilted up that much? Let's give it a go. I think I actually like that angle. The cheek behind here. I made this too big. Come in like that. Eyes. Play it back. Arms are coming in front. Up here. Reaching. That, no, it wouldn't. It would be underneath. Mmm. Guys, I'm getting hungry. I should have gotten a snack while I was gone to get water. I did not have my priorities straight. I can't animate while I'm hungry. Alright, the feet. Let's put the feet in there. This is actually is not too bad. Again, I wanted these to be kind of rough. Like, that's the charm of these animatics. They're a little bit scuffed. It's not gonna be like a perfect animation. It's gonna be exactly what it needs to be to tell the story. And as the more I do this, the better I'm gonna get. So it's a personal project, so it's okay. It's just gotta convey the story. It's gotta make people a little bit sad. Not lying, if someone cried while watching this, I would be probably a little happy. After all, that is the goal of goals, right? To move people with our stories. I really like the one I did. I liked the one I did, shoot, what did I name that one? It was like the anime, oh, The Climb. I think I named it The Climb, where, like, he climbs up the hill to visit the grave of his old, like, volunteer art teacher from, like, the orphanage he used to, like, grow up at. I feel like I wish I had developed the story more. It was started as, like, a project for me just to use, like, Blender to figure out how to use Blender. And I wasn't really thinking about the story much. Like, I just wanted to figure out how to draw and grease pencil and make the scenes come together. But I wish I had, like, done a little bit more because people are like, oh, that's so, like, it's so sweet, so sad, so touching. And I was like, if I had actually tried more with the story and I, was better at using Blender at that point, so I wouldn't have had to worry about it that much, that could have been a really good story. So maybe I redo it someday, make it better. I don't know. I like the character too. He was like, I really like simplified the shapes. It was very like rounded, like character. So I wouldn't mind actually doing like working on that animatic and making it into something bigger. So I don't know. Is that in my future? We shall see. The question is, do I actually need a new frame here? Like, maybe not until this one. Let's see. Okay, so about this size. Let's turn the head. I think I need to have, it would have to look, so he's getting pulled further away. So I think I need to change the head angle just a little bit. Just a little bit more. So it's tilted upwards a bit. We definitely won't be seeing the other side of the eye then. But that's okay. Tear comes on the face more. I feel like I should have been a little bit more careful when I was doing these rough sketches, but these are actually like I think the original ones. Normally I do like a little cleanup pass, but I didn't do that on this one. So these boards are a bit more scuffed than usual to follow, which makes it a little bit more difficult. Okay, so the hands reaching up. I'll have to reach a little further. I like that. That's kind of cute actually. Let's erase this out. Spin some eyes. Let's see how we feel about it. No. Yeah, actually I like that. Like, granted, it doesn't have the world's best pose silhouette, but I feel like it's conveying kind of what I wanted a bit more, where it's like really reaching upwards. Feet, put those in there. Okay, let's erase. Some of this is distracting me. So I'm just gonna get rid of that. Might regret it later. Let's see how it plays back without the. This is a bit jarring. Not sure how much I like that. It's because the background isn't moving that much. I think it needs to. Let's see. A little bit better. It's like we suddenly go from not seeing the feet to seeing it. I just, I don't know. It's a little bit jarring. Anytime it does that, I try to avoid that kind of thing from happening. It's like we need an in between, or hear me out. I make this one smaller. All right, this time I'm going to do onion skins. Let's do the after, not the before. Oh, actually, that feels better already. Yeah. That feels a little bit better. Smaller. Yeah, let's turn on the other. Let's turn on this. I like this better. Let me get to my drawing mode. All right, we gotta turn these onion skins off. Can't see a thing. Let's see here. I don't know why that feels a little bit better. We can still mess with it later. Let's get this final pose figured out because this is a little weird, but I kind of like what's happening. Hand, reaching. I think I made the body not chunky enough. It's this line in the center, so me too. And let's fix the eyes. Hit there. Okay. Oh, and that needs da da da. Actually, there's not enough. I'm not feeling enough reason to keep this pose. It needs to do something more. Okay, how about this? I like this better. It's like, oh no, the covering. Suddenly Reggie looks like a bunny. I don't know why. I think it's the cheeks. Or like a chipmunk. Unintentional. So like what if the arms did that? Let's compare that. I think we need to fix. So cheeks would be like this. It's like, oh no. Yeah, I like that. I like that better. I just need to smooth it out a bit because it's not. This is not. This is not right. Oh wait, hold up. It looks like he's like got like a hula hoop. It to be like that, like that. It's giving a hula hoop. That was really unintentional, but I did it. Okay, let's say gasp. Oh no, but I think I need to do is take the head actually backwards more. How are we feeling about that? Okay. Let's play it. Let's put Brian back in. Oh my gosh, these lines are so distracting. We gotta get rid of them. Hold up, everybody. Oh my gosh. Not that. These, and these. The rest can stay. No. My problem is like here I have here in this next scene, I need to plan ahead of this. And I think this is why I did it before. I really liked where Reggie was still like reaching forward because we have the arms directing your eyes up to Brian getting ripped away. But I don't know, is it necessary? Like this composition already kind of leads you up there because we get the lines of the box kind of like pointing downward. I don't know. I usually like to go a little overkill. Okay. What about this? What about this? What if we so let me draw wrong lines. Let's rethink this. I kind of like the whole step back thing we got going on though. I think we're cooking. But oh Lord, that's not what I wanted. We're just gonna roll with it. We gotta fix this. This last pose is important to me. Because this is going to direct us into our next scene. And that's very important that we do that properly. Let's run it back to the other frame. No, it doesn't. I'm not gonna do that. We are gonna make this work with the hand reaching out because I really wanted to, and it just would blend with the other scene better. Add the tears back in. What if it's like it looks like he's just like, no, take him, go ahead. Like he's all yours. All right. New plan. New plan. Plan. If it's broken, don't try to fix it. Just restart. Let's run this back. Where is my before? Boom. Okay, so we're just gonna use this as our guide. Arms reached up. Maybe we just have him reach higher. Let's see how this runs. Let's see how this plays. Because I don't want it to be like whatever was happening back there just made it look like Reggie was just giving up on his buddy. These arms need to come higher. Eyes need to be bigger. Gotta be sad. No. It's the mouth too that's throwing me. Actually, part of it would be I think what we're missing here. Maybe it's the frame before that's kind of okay. Let's redraw that. Stroke erase. Let's clean up this mess a little bit. I think I keep making the cheeks too big. This last scene needs to be just right. Okay, hold up. Are we cooking? Is this feeling right? The hands come up more. Because the hands do need to be up pretty high for the next shot. Hair. Little feathers. Not hair. It comes over this cheek. Can you guys tell I haven't done this in a while? If there's like one scene, every animatic I've done, there's always that one scene where I'm just like I cringe when I watch it play back, and I really don't want to have that happen. Like most people don't notice it, but I notice it. It bothers me. It's just like I'm not happy with what was conveyed. Like it wasn't the vibes weren't checking. Okay, I think the head needs pushed a little smaller because we're getting a higher angle up here. Reggie's like, no. Okay, not bad. Not terrible. Put the mouth like that. We gotta get rid of these really ugly lines we got going on here. Reggie's like calling his buddy. Let's fix this up in the back here. Have it look like he's reaching up more, maybe. It's kind of stretching. board. This eraser going. Man, guys, already 12:30. My gosh. I've got to eat something soon. Yeah, but I'm still hoping. I gotta make this slipper a little. I'm gonna erase this out here. I'd love to do some watercolors. I just have to figure out how to do that. It'd be really nice to do it right here, but I'm just worried. I am a mess when I paint with like physical paint, and I'm really worried about spilling on my desk and my PC. That would not be good. And I am prone to spilling things, so I would just add more tears in the eyes. I kind of want to give him like anime tears where it's just like a fountain. It's like, no. It's giving like Pokemon. Alright, we could do that actually. Is that a bad idea? It's like it's supposed to be cartoon style. Alright, we'll think about the tears later. Reaching. It's this transition I don't like. Yeah, what's happening here? Okay, so we got like oh, hold up. Hold up. I may have just cracked the code as to what was driving me crazy with this. So let's put Brian back in so I can show you guys. Here's what I think is happening. So here we're getting like we're at a slight angle, right? But as Brian gets pulled away, it becomes more of like straight on. We're getting like, no, because he doesn't have his hands together as much, like holding on to the other flipper like Brian's. As he gets pulled away, his arms come like this, more apart. And what was happening is I had them like this, but they need to be pointing more towards Brian as he gets pulled away because he's going from the lower part of the box, getting lifted up to the top. So his arms would go from like straight, be like, no, and then come up as he's watching him get pulled away. So I think that's kind of what was throwing. I'm hoping that fixes it. If not, this will be like the children's book where I'm like, that's tomorrow's problem. But I think that's helping actually. So we got the arms pointing directly. Boom, it's a lot better. It doesn't have to be like perfectly pointing. I don't like this. I don't like this flipper here. Let's try out the. This one is too long. Pointing. Pointing. Good. All right, let's draw Brian. Brian. That reminds me. That is another show we loved as kids. We would watch Alf. Not Brian. We would watch Alf and there was the one like sibling in it. His name is Brian. But that is another good TV series from I guess like the 80s. I guess is when it started. It wasn't the 70s. No, I think it started in the 80s. I guess then went into the 90s. The first seasons are the best. The very last was Not quite as good, but really, really good. Very funny. Alright, so Brian, let's I actually don't dislike I want to do Brian's line work bigger, so it looks like he's in front. I don't dislike what we got going on here already in the rough version. Let's see, there's like the lines on them. Flippers here. So we kind of changed this a little. That's all right. Brian's reaching here. Brian's peak. Just want to make sure. Like, no. This is kind of a tough angle because we're getting just the very, like, edges of Brian's face. Eh. Let's see how it looks when the frame ends. So this marking comes down, imagine it goes around the cheek. Then it switches frame. Okay, I actually don't like the roughs I did. This is not. So as Brian gets pulled away, his head is going to start looking down more as he gets raised off the ground. So if we're doing like this angle here, it's going to be more like this angle there. So let me leave that line in. To help guide me. The eyes are kind of follow this. The beak. Like this. Actually, I'm not going to worry about the mouth at this point. The eyes in here. For the eye. The singular eye. Oh, that doesn't look great. Then the next frame. So we have a lot of space back here. Thumb. See how this compares to the other one. Nail. It's getting very boxy. Now I gotta animate hands. What was I thinking? Okay. Just gonna go with it. And then, so Brian's head we go up like this. Oops. Do it like this. Should have done like that. Coming under the hand. Brian's flippers. I think need it bigger. Belly. The other flipper. Four. That seems good. Alright, now let's add in. Alright, so now we can get rid of this. Actually, let's keep, you know what? These are a little distracting, I know, but I'm gonna keep them in. It's not. I'll thin it down so it's not so distracting when we're. But it's nice having. This is a good guide for me as to how the angle changes as the head moves along. So if it's at that angle there, it's like this. That's gonna be more like this. Yep. Head. cheek. And the back of the head. Oh, that looks bad. So I might end up erasing some of that out. The thumb is going to bend down a little bit. So you come into this angle. Actually, that's about here. I have a tendency to draw my thumbs really boxy. Okay, so we're getting some. Somehow I erased out the hands. I probably did that when I was erasing out the line mark behind Reggie earlier. That's okay. It's fine. We can still see. Okay, eye. And Bill. Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. Just drink water, guys. Okay. Getting pulled away. This flipper now. It's gonna come down more. I think what I want to do on this one, let's just erase this out a little. Have it connect up into the body a bit more. Actually, what I'm gonna have it do, it's probably coming out at an angle. No, it's getting pulled away. Do I want to have... So, part of the hand, it's hard to know once I draw the whole thing out. We're gonna start to get where we see that part of the thumb. Okay, let's pull this back. It's gonna be a bit like that. And we're gonna have the foot down here. Actually, no, we wouldn't see that side. That side's foot. Probably hidden underneath. No. Again, not perfect, but it's getting the story across. Where's my stroke? Oh, I don't have stabilization on. Probably why I'm struggling with these lines. I don't hate Blender's grease pencil, but like, again, it's built up of points. It's not like pixels, so it does feel very different from like Photoshop, what I'm used to. So it's still, I wish that like, there's no way to do it though, where you could like infinitely scale like a pixel brush. So I know they're trying to do some like more vector type brushes that feel a bit more like a pixel brush, but to me they're not quite there yet. I have like a few textured brushes, but I don't have them loaded into this file. I don't use them that much. I think what I did, yeah, I saved myself the trouble. I'm just gonna copy. Yeah, Control C, B. I just rotated and pulled back. And let's do this one again. See. Wait a minute. I need to add a new layer here first before I do that. Pull it away. And then one more. Part of storyboarding is using the tricks you can use to make it as fast as you can. I'm just gonna pull this a little more. This one's a little bit more than that. And this one, he's pretty much almost all the way gone. No. Oh, that does not feel right. Which part? Actually, guys, I'm way too indecisive about this. I usually have to watch it play back a couple times. That's usually how I do it. You just gotta get, this has to feel natural enough. Has to feel right. Alright, let's play it back without the lines. Let's get rid of these too. I think it feels weird because is it the jump from here to here is too big? I think that's part of it. And the rest is more increment. I honestly don't know if we need. Hold up. Do we need all of these? Or maybe it's just the spacing feels weird. I don't know. I think it's because there's too many frames in between. And like the other ones aren't as smooth. And then suddenly it's a lot smoother because there's more frames per. So here's what I think I need to do. Because I think I like the frames. But I need to have more pulled away in each one. So here, that's fine. This one's fine. This one. Then this one. Oh shoot, I just screwed up the background. This one I'll pull even more. There's just a little left. Let's play it back. I like that better. Honestly, I think I'm gonna drag this one a little further away too. Lift it up and away. These two, way too close. Bum, bum, bum. This one. Bum. And no. Play it back. Bum, 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 bum. I'm gonna leave that for now. Because I know I'm gonna be readjusting that timing later. And then, I'll fix it up, but right now it feels it feels better. And then I'm gonna change the scene ending to 80. Let's run it back with the full thing. Yeah, that feels all right. Yeah, because it's moving at on each of these little lines. I don't know the actual. It's on 1, 10, and then 20. See, this is the kind of like the part of animating that I would like to learn. Because I know like there's different, depending on the frame rate, like usually it's like the standard's like 24 or 30 frames a second. I don't know what I'm running at here actually. I guess that's up to me actually. But yeah, those are the kind of things I'd like to learn. Yeah. A little bit more about timing and the specifics of that. And I know if you have a lot more frames, like together, it's gonna look smoother, which can make things seem slower. And then when you separate the frames further apart, it almost feels like they're moving faster. So technically, I probably should have gotten rid of some frames here, but instead I cheated and I just moved a lot more distance per frame. So it's not quite as smooth. It feels like there's more of a distance between each one. Yeah. We got another scene done, which is great. This one will be easy to draw, I think. I already went through, you can see, and kind of redrew a little bit of Brian here. Where do I have? I kind of want to go through. I've got a couple minutes left today for this project. Let's just get. Oh, shoot, that's way too big. I'm gonna darken this up. I just kind of want to reshape this head a little. We get the top, the sides. And now I made my brush too small. Okay, we'll do it more like this, because this is probably how I'm gonna have it when it's done. And the arm. Reaching, pulling it out. Yeah, actually, I think I had it right the first time. Flippers. A terrible hand. There we go. Let's fix this up. 4. Alright, let's check the next frame. I'm gonna draw all these circles up on top of the head so I know that I'm seeing the top. I love this, like, just, you can see him coming, it's going over the edge of the box. I think I had some ears. I know I kept it pretty simple, but I know I did have some ears on the character. And plus the hair, but that's not really, it's not a big deal. Spiky hair. There we go. Now I think I might add. Oh shoot, I don't want to do that. Let's duplicate this. Then erase this. Yeah, that needed another frame. Ba, ba, ba. Cool. All right, we did honestly really good today, guys. We finished a lot on the children's book. We are on to like second to last page, which is amazing. And Reggie Origins, we did a whole nother scene / worked out just here. The next one. And then this one won't be hard. This is like the pose is pretty much the same. It's just the tears. And then the camera pulls out. So that one will be fast. And this is the next hardest scene. But I've really worked out most of the kinks in it. This, I think we need an in-between here. What do you guys think? Probably. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. But yeah, then we're pretty much done with this one. And I think then what I'll do is I'm gonna go back to the other origins. And oh sorry guys, I'm yawning. I'm going to like redo it because I wanted the style to be consistent and I like way overworked the other one. So I'm just gonna take off the fills and that will call that good. And then when I like blend them all together, because they will be one long story at the end. Because I'll release them in shorts and then eventually when they're all done, I'm gonna put them all together into one long video. And then that way like all the styles are consistent. Granted, I imagine there is going to be some variation because I do not, like, I'm not always going to have the same, like, I imagine it'll probably like months down the road when I'm working on the next one and I'm always always learning, I'm always improving. So they're probably gonna be a little bit more scuff in the beginning and a little bit better in the end. But I think they'll be consistent enough that it's gonna work out. Let's play it back. See what we got going. How the new scenes play. That, just ignore that, guys. That's an awkward scene. Because I can't get it reordered. That might need an in-between. Yeah. Your girl would be failing animation school if she presented this. They look up, we pull out. Dun, dun, dun. We're in the Amazon warehouse. No. The dude with the ladder. Climbing up. Reaches in. Penguins scatter. We lose Greg. We lose Brian. No. All right. Reggie is all alone. Yeah, the timing needs work, but I think the story's there. And then we come to the end, and that stops, and then it repeats. Yeah, I'm happy with how it's coming along. It feels good to be like okay, I'm committing an hour every day to do this, and it feels so good to be storyboarding again. Like I've really missed it. But maybe after we finish this one, I would like to do another like commercial style storyboard. So I'm thinking about doing that before I would jump into the next origin story. But we'll see. We'll see how we're going and if I'm like really feeling like working on these instead. Maybe that, or we'll see what happens with figuring out the clay pencil in Blender. So I'll keep you guys posted. But I'll be back tomorrow and we'll be working on the children's book again. Warm-ups in the beginning, of course, and possibly doing one less hour of the children's book and then doing some like character like design type stuff. So maybe studying that. And yeah, and then we'll do Reggie Origins again. And then I'll be back again the following Wednesday. And then I'll do Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, hopefully. I'll keep you guys posted. I'm still trying to figure out some like dental stuff. So hopefully those days are still free for me. But if they aren't, I'll let you guys know on my Instagram. Anyway, thanks for stopping in, guys. It's been fun. I got a lot done, and I'll be seeing you all tomorrow. So until next time, bye everyone.